Welcome back to another episode of AniPeeps. Today I'm your host Boggs, along with me my two co-hosts Boom and Mo. How are you guys doing?
Wagwan, my man.
Nice, nice. Mo?
Dang.
Doing good. Final day of the season, man.
Yeah,
It's
we
always a
got
good time.
at least I had two episodes to watch, I think, today. Yeah, I had to couldn't do this episode without finishing it. Which leads me to what we'll be talking about today. We will be talking about the spring 2024 anime seasons. After we all completed it, we'll talk about some of our favorites and some of our dishonorable mentions, I guess. But before we do that, here is a picture of the day. I guess this fits for this
Spicy.
season too. I know one person watched this season, and his profile picture is black and white.
Sheesh. Oh my gosh.
I don't know if you
Did not.
I don't know if you agree with this show. To be fair, we can't be
Um,
judging this too harsh, especially because we didn't watch it. But um, just the premise and some of the pictures I think we all have seen, I think made it pretty fitting for this meme. But yeah,
Mo, I just realized. Oh, go. Can you go back to it, Bars?
yeah, yeah.
Mo, I just realized. You see, top left character kind of looks like the elf Kirito from Sword Art Online.
Black hair guy.
Yeah.
I was thinking he looks kind of like a Hunter x Hunter character a little bit. One of like Killua's brothers or something.
Oh, the eyes, right, Illumi?
Like the face. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
All right, we'll
a
watch it, Box. We watch it.
it's a
Just for that.
crossover, multiverse kind of deal there.
Plus
Uh,
SpongeBob.
yeah. I guess before we get started, kind of wanted to ask you guys about how you guys felt overall about this season. If you guys thought it was kind of boring or some hitters here and there, but not your favorite kind of season. I mean, I personally
I
liked
was
this season quite a bit.
overall, yeah, I was pretty happy with this season. Ones I had like mild expectations for. A few of them kind of blew me out of the water.
Hmm.
So it was pretty good. A lot more romance and like non-shonen stuff for me than usual, I felt like. So
Yeah,
nice change of pace, but much welcomed.
yeah. I feel like this season was, at least for me, it was quite a bit of sequels, Yuri slash music based stuff, and I mean, pretty much that's it. Unfortunately, for some of our Isekai fan viewers, at least I didn't. I don't think I watched any, so unfortunately, I don't think we'll be talking about any of them. Um,
Mhm.
but yeah, Boom. How'd you feel about Spring
Yeah, I
2024?
like this season. If I would give it a score, 8 out of 10. But I
Solid.
think two shows I was most hyped up for, man. They ended up dropping because they're absolute garbage. But
Ooh,
maybe talk about that later. But
yeah,
besides that, all the shows were good, man.
nice, nice. At least there's sounds like based off what you just said, there's enough shows for you to enjoy this season. So
100%.
right, so I guess we'll just jump right into it. We'll start with some sequels, and I guess we could just start off with Mushoku Tensei,
Oh, nice.
one all three of us have watched and finished today. Actually,
Yes, sir. Right before recording.
season of Sylphie and Roxy. Yeah, a lot happened. At least for me, this season was a big change of pace from last season, and kind of reminded me of why I fell in love with this series in the first place. It was really
Mm.
reminiscent of like the earlier Mushoku Tensei with obviously like the action parts and all that, but I think they had a good mixture of Rudy and his um I guess kind of reconnecting with part of his or pretty much all his family.
Hmm.
Both I guess physically at the end with his mom and Paulo, his two sisters, and yeah, I mean I
Made.
enjoyed that part a lot too. And then obviously and like Roxy and everything like that. I feel like this season was pretty big on kind of Rudy reconnecting with a lot of people he holds dear to him, and mix that along with some great action sequences. And yeah, how'd you feel about
Return
it?
to Roxy, man. What else can you say, man? Roxy's back,
I know this scene
and
was so good.
Rudy's a dog. I'll just say.
I know. And we'll for viewers, spoiler warning ahead, because we'll probably be kind of diving into that. Mo, how'd you feel about this?
Yeah, I mean it ended strong, but I really didn't like the first 3 or 4 episodes. Just so slow paced. It was all just him and Sophie getting married, getting the house and all that stuff. So I was so bored. Just because I think from what last season was, it just felt like more of that.
Yeah,
Last season was really slow paced, but yeah, once he went on the trip and yeah, getting to see Roxy and all the other characters, uh, turned out a lot better. So,
yeah. I think it was at least like a needed smooth transition from last. I think it was season 2, part 1, and I remember talking about it last season too. I think we all pretty much said that. You know, I mean, like we didn't hate it, but it was definitely slow. But probably because I don't think any of us have read the source material, so probably was much needed kind of build up for this current season. But
I do wonder how it's gonna go from here though, man. Cause I don't know his name, but do you remember like the evil guy they encountered in season 1? Still have
yeah,
nothing to do with him yet.
yeah,
I want to see how they pick it
mm,
up. 'Cause seems like he's a family man now, man.
yeah, I
Something's gotta
know,
happen.
dude. And speaking of
yeah.
family, Shidofi looked great at the end. Longer hair.
Long hair.
I don't know if you guys
Yeah.
caught at the very end too. They showed Eris. She had long hair again. It was like a 1 or 2 second kind of at the very end, but hopefully next season there's some reconnection there.
Oh, and shout out to the we seen him for like half an episode. The green haired elf, or
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know if he's an elf.
the
The
Ruijerido,
boy.
the bald guy, right? Yeah, came
Yeah.
to drop off the sisters.
He should have stayed with them. He would have been OP in the
Oh
boss
yeah.
battle, man. He would have been extra help.
Yeah, and
Him and that one dude had beef, right? The forearm
yeah,
guy.
yeah,
He
yeah.
had
Yeah,
beef with
They
the
had
dude in
some
the
yeah.
back.
connection, and apparently, like they're kind of on a small journey together. It looked like by the end of the final episode. Um, and yeah,
Oh,
pretty
and Rudy's a father too now.
yeah.
I guess for the warning, but
And I mean, I'm pretty
just like
happy
him.
about Roxy joining the pact, I guess. And I think Shidofi was like very understanding, and because they was
Hmm.
sad when like Roxy was crying at the end after like his little sister Norn kind of
They should have walked
yelled at
away.
her, and yeah, she's like crying,
Yeah.
walking away.
Rumor is Rudy's baby's another isekai, and that's how the story continues.
Another
Goddamn.
Japanese
Plot
isekai.
twist over plot twist.
Infinite loop. And very cruel for the from the people on the animation front. Dropping the elephant in the room. We'll just talk about it. Paulo's death on Father's Day, and I think they skipped. Um, they took a week off during Mother's Day week, uh, kind of because Zenith was missing and kind of in the ice. We figure out later on,
Dang,
but
deep.
next level trolling from the studio front. But yeah, let's
Dang, yeah, that's crazy.
talk about the big part of this season, which is obviously when the crew are fighting the Hydra to save Zenith. Yeah,
Hmm.
this
Um,
the fight sequence was super good. I like Paulo was much more badass than I thought he was. He was just chopping the heads away.
like with ease too,
Yeah,
especially the first time. You just
and
wanted to keep going.
Yeah, it really looked like they were just gonna steamroll the Hydra
yeah, and
with their basically 1-2 combo, right?
pretty much just chop and
Breaking the
burn.
head and then freezing it.
Yeah, I think it was huge shield for Paulo. It really showed him being kind of like um, you know, a family man despite kind of his scummy side, which we also see in Rudy. But when he was having a talk with Rudy about how, like, asking him why he has no emotion in regards to, Zenith, his mom kind of being frozen. Um, but yeah, also another part I thought was funny was when Paula was telling him about he was kind of
Two swords.
yeah, the two swords, comparing that to wives, and that flew over Rudy's head, but we all knew the subtext behind that. And then, of course, pretty much the apex of this season was the unfortunate death of Paulo. Super sad. Um, and like the scene of him being shown his death was like pretty graphic, and I think really hit hard. Like the whole crew's just silent. Rudy's kind of confused, and obviously Rudy feels like a lot of the fault is on him. Because when he was like during the fight, when he was talking about like, oh, this is going smoothly kind of thing, I was like, dude, Rudy,
Yeah,
why? What are you doing, man? What
I
are you
think that's
doing?
when it happened, right? Because then
Yeah, he
then
got like
Paulo
he kicked him.
saved him, right?
Yeah,
Sheesh. And it just sucked because it would like they saved the mother and the mother woke up and she couldn't remember
yeah.
anything or like talk even. That's even worse. Same
Ho-
episode too.
Hopefully she
Sheesh.
like recovers, or doesn't kind of stay
And
like that. At the end she did grab the gauntlet,
yeah.
so
Mm-hmm. And she was like
They're saying
hugging it
she
too,
lost
right?
her memory, right? So it
Yeah.
sounds like that kind of alludes that it might come back. Like
mhm,
she's not a vegetable, right? Like
yeah.
so hopefully, I mean, she'll be able to at least become functioning and grow to love Rudy and the kids again, maybe. But
Yeah,
it was sad too seeing like, when Paulo was laying like on the rock, like Rudy looks at him and like he kind of smiles
yeah.
to his last breath, like,
Dude, yeah, this season was so good, man. Also MVP to Lilia, the maid, like still there for the family, and that the scene where everybody kind of goes back to uh kind of
Rudy's house.
announce before that, like the end of this episode, where he goes back to like Lilia, and like she looks like the maid, and she looks happy, and
Mm-hmm.
everyone just like silent, looking down and stuff like that. Like the OST was amazing, especially in that scene, and kind of like the anime style where when they do the thing where you can't see their eyes, it's kind of hinting at like something's up kind of thing. And then she realizes Paulo's dead. Obviously, like she's married to him as well, so it hits her hard, and you can't see her eyes. It's kind of like reflected with the glasses, but first thing she does is just go to Rudy, give him a hug, and tell him like good job kind of thing. But yeah, this season was such a like great change of pace from last season. Again, I don't think like last season was terrible or anything like that, but I think this season is what Mushoku Tensei is all about.
Yeah. And I like how they every time I always forget his isekai form and they showed it for like the
Yeah,
last two episodes, a bit of that.
dude,
Trying to make him seem OP at the
I know. And dude,
come
like
on, man.
uh the last episode when he was reminiscent, or he was like kind of thinking about his conversation with the man god, and
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
talking about like regret versus being upset or something like that, and he goes home and like the home's empty. I was like, dude, please give Rudy a break, like you know but luckily like Shidofi and his two sisters
Everybody was
were
safe.
still home, but at first the house is empty. It's like, dude, please let this.
Even the maid sister scene was so sad, man, where she
Yeah,
didn't cry at first.
yeah, and they're like, you don't have to hold back, and she's just so happy to see her mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think one scene
Sheesh.
that really hit hard too is when I think after Apollo's death, like Rudy says something along the lines of like, I never felt like Paulo's son, but he was my father kind of thing. But yeah, similar to last season, huge step up for Rudy in terms of like character development and everything like that. Glad to see most of the character we know and love from season one kind of back. And
He's a
yeah,
homeowner now. A lot of
yeah.
things has changed.
And I think season three was literally announced at the end of the episode. I think said like,
Yeah.
yeah. So something else to look forward to. Any closing thoughts for this for you guys?
Can't wait for season 3, man.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Just hope to see more Nanahoshi in next season. I like her character a lot too,
Hmm.
so
Yeah, she actually had quite a bit of screen time with her kind of creating the magic circle.
yeah, and giving him the book of all the hitting teleportation spots and
Yeah,
stuff.
came in with the clutch for sure. All right, so that's Mushoku Tensei. Uh, Based on the sounds of it, seems like we all enjoyed it. So I guess we'll go to the next sequel we had this season, which is Demon Slayer. Um, so I'm not caught up at all in Demon Slayer, so I'll let you guys do the talking. I'm assuming the bead guy, the monk guys, was the main character in this one or no?
It was actually all of them, right? Well, I would say because all the
Yeah,
Hashira arc.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, like it
Yes.
says, Husha training arc, like basically follow Tanjiro and the Demon Slayer Corps guys training with each Hashira. I can't remember exactly what, but each Hashira is a different uh specific training. Like I know Kanjiro, the pink-haired chick, was like flexibility. They were doing like sword work with the guy behind her and stuff like that. But overall, like was really slow, which I kind of feel like every season is. It's slow for like 6 or 7 episodes, and then
Mhm.
the last one or two pick up, right? Like,
Absolutely, man.
I mean,
It literally felt like fillers until the last episode.
literally
yeah.
based
And
off every time I've heard you guys talk about Demon Slayer, I feel like you guys it's always the same thing where it's like there was some filler. Um I think I stopped right before that happened because I think like the first part of season two or something was like a recap slash filler kind of thing, right?
Of the train movie, right?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I mean, it was
uh,
cool seeing all the Hashira though, for sure. Especially
yeah,
the blind dude in the beginning. At the end of the episode, you see how OP he is, man.
for real, dude. I mean, even his backstory is so sad. Like, you know, protecting the
Yeah.
kids from the demons, and then turns out he was accused of killing them and shit like that. And
So are we
And it,
is it getting close to endgame or sorry
yeah,
Boom,
for
I think I
sure.
cut you off.
I think it's next 3 movies trilogy, and it should be end, right? That's what I think, or that's what I heard.
yeah,
Oh
from,
damn.
from what I was reading online, there's like 2 arcs. So they literally just ended with like entering into the next arc, and then the last arc's gonna be like the final battle, which it's kind of like I think how it's looking like it's setting up is it's gonna be the final war and then the final 1v1 battle of Tanjiro versus Muzan.
Yeah.
So I haven't read it at all, but that's the impressions I've gotten from it. But yeah,
Of
Speaking of
this
course,
season in
impressions,
most epic,
particular,
speaking of
epic scene in
the
this season.
impressions.
Indian walkout.
You need that Indian music, man.
But yeah, yeah, just this season though, with I think from what I was reading online is like they really didn't adapt much in terms of manga material.
Hmm.
They really
Your
stretched
last
it and
three
like
episodes.
extrapolated on stuff. So it felt so much more like a gag show than ever before. I mean, it was always kind of gaggy with like the faces they'd make and stuff like that, but I feel like there's like multiple moments every episode in
Yeah,
this one. Yeah, like these kind of faces and
yeah.
stuff.
So
Or even the one before this, where
is this season
Zenitsu
done?
getting
Yeah.
Yeah, like these
yeah.
kind of gaggy scene. I mean, if they do it in good
Yeah.
taste and it doesn't ruin the scene, I think I feel like it's fine.
It just felt like the first couple episodes were all gags because they're training, and then yeah, it
Yeah,
just showing the new characters and stuff like that. It's fine, but
Especially because Tanja's
last
so OP in the training, everyone else, all the other kids are chumps, and it's just like, bro, why are they so different? expecting these guys.
There's the classic
There.
Muzan walk.
Max Aura right
But
here.
Mo, the scene I was talking about, why he's so OP. The last scene where Zenitsu's falling to enter the Infinity Castle or whatever. Why
Yeah,
is he the most OP? Like he's so nonchalantly falling, grabbing his sword.
dude, for real, man. I couldn't tell if he was still in that sleep mode or not, or because you know how when he's asleep, he's
Yeah, yeah.
OP and confident. I don't know if he's finally mastered that confidence,
I don't
or
know if
he's
you.
sleepwalking as he's falling, just
Yeah, I don't
having
know
to
if you
open his eyes.
remember, like when he was training with Tanjiro. Remember, he got like a news from the crow, and ever since then he's become like
Oh, true,
serious
true.
about it.
Yeah,
So I am kind of
did get
hyped to see
some.
what's happening with him. First time ever. Hyped for
Yeah,
Zenitsu, but
I'm curious to see. Yeah, I totally forgot about that moment.
I was thinking maybe like it was like the grandpa that was teaching him. Maybe he got killed or something, but or maybe his parents, because he didn't have any parents.
Yeah,
I'm actually
yeah.
hyped to
Someone
see what he
definitely,
does, man.
somebody's
A
died or
series
something. That
Zenitsu is a
makes me
dangerous one.
serious.
Never thought there'd be a day where people are excited for the Zenitsu arc.
Because at first it made no sense, because everyone in the fighting got trapped in the castle, then you see Inosuke just eating, get put into the castle.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, I mean, so like, mild spoilers, but the only way he can die is being in the sun, right? For Muzang. And the fact that he can just summon that temple, bro, is like too OP. He can just run to there forever.
Yeah,
I don't know how
Yeah.
they're gonna do this.
Well, I think remember the person that's controlling the temple. Maybe if they kill him or her,
Is
then
there
the
someone
temple will
controlling
open.
it though? I
Remember
thought it was just his
the
power.
banjo chick, or the I don't know if it's a chicken dude.
Does she control it though? Because I mean, before there was the drum dude, but they killed that guy, right?
Yeah, I think that was different. I think that was just that
Yeah,
house. But like every time like the doors open, you hear that banjo sound. So that's
yeah,
why I always thought. But I might be wrong too. Maybe it's
could
just a
be.
theory. But
He is the one that kind of looks like Tanjiro's ancestor, right? The
no,
one with
it's
like six
different.
eyes.
That guy's different. I think it's
Oh, is he
and
not the
he
one
was
that also has the banjo?
no. Let me see if I can find it. But I know he was or he or she. I don't know. We barely seen it, but controlling the
Oh,
little
it's the
eyes
one
throughout the
eye,
season. Yeah.
right? It's the single eye chick, and she's
Remember,
like
like,
the fourth demon.
and she had all the eyes spread out
Yeah,
throughout the
yeah,
episode. But yeah, I'm excited though, man. Muzan Loki OP too. Didn't realize
yeah.
how OP he was.
Yeah, it just sucks how long it's gonna take to kind of get this over with. The manga's been over for a couple years now, I think. So
Too much money, man. Too much money in it for it to be
yeah,
short.
they're
Yeah,
gonna
that's
slow
true.
roll these movies, milk that shit.
But like, I think you saying all fair too. The quality, especially that last episode, is movie quality, man.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
insane.
the explosion was crazy.
Sheesh.
And then even like when all the Hashira got there and it was the POV of each of them and stuff,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
how it was shifting and stuff is so smooth. Yeah, I mean that's one thing, man. UFO table fucking killed it with this one.
Yeah, one thing you can't
Overall,
complain is they
man.
always kill the animation, the composition of everything. Overall, how'd you guys feel about it? Thumbs up, thumbs down, solid.
Thumbs up, but only because of the ending. Only
Yeah,
because of the ending.
Fair enough,
yeah.
fair
Since
enough.
the ending saved the rating for me, and I think I was leaning towards like a 6 initially on Mal, and then I think I ended up bumping it up to like an 8 after that.
Nice, nice. I mean, ends
I,
are very important. I feel like I fall into the same bias with
I was.
strong ending, show good.
I think that
I'm
too,
glad
and
it
they're so good with
ended.
the music.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
The music always like gives you goosebumps and shit when you're watching it. So
that is true.
Nice, nice. Any final thoughts for Demon Slayer?
I'm glad it ended how it ended. It just didn't end with the OP Muzan walk.
Or
That would have dropped it to a 5.
yeah, that would have been super frustrating if that's how they ended it. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely a fat cliffhanger, but it gave us a good taste of what's to come with
yeah,
the rest of the series. So, I mean,
Also,
Balls, it
RIP
ain't too
leader,
late to
man.
catch up, man.
that's true. That's true.
It ain't too late. There's only, I think, what, like 3 seasons you need to watch, and they're like 11, 11, and 8.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
it's
doesn't
it's
sound too
actually really
bad.
short.
Maybe after the last movie, I'll catch up.
And what?
Yeah.
Still before
Boom,
the
Or
movies.
boom with the
prior
AOT.
to the last movie. Yeah, do a boom
Yeah,
with
I mean,
AOT.
animation's on point. You can't go wrong with it, man.
Yeah. So
Yeah, good player.
it's Demon Slayer is a good I feel like I wouldn't say vanilla, but a show that people don't, I guess, really hate. A lot of people, I guess myself included, would say like overrated kind of thing, but I'm sure, when you watch it, you're usually not disappointed, aside from complaints like you guys mentioned earlier with, fillers and everything. But yeah, glad to
You
hear
just
you
had to
guys.
slip that in, didn't you?
Glad to hear you guys
My
enjoyed
take
Demon Slayer.
included. Come on, man.
It's all right. It's all right. All right, on to the next. So the next sequel for this spring 2024 we have is Konosuba. Um,
Enough said. On to the next.
I mean, pretty much. It's just the same old Konosuba. I mean, Konosuba season 3 back after I don't know how many years. At least we got the Megumin spinoff prior to this, which was nice. But yeah, I mean, Konosuba. If you're a Konosuba fan, I doubt anybody was disappointed by this. It was hilarious. I mean, got to see all the characters we love, and yeah, I mean, not much to say except it was Konosuba. I am glad that we got a lot more of darkness this season. It was mostly focused on her for this season, which was nice. First half was a little bit more chill, but I think like still super funny. Like every episode had me uh like laughing like crazy, and then second half kind of changed pace. It got a bit more, the stakes became more serious with darkness having to, I guess, spoiler alert, leave the crew because of some financial stuff that happened. But I think they did a very good job of kind of diving deep into Darkness's character without kind of compromising the comedy aspect of it. I think a small complaint for me is I wish we got a bit more of Yun Yun, but I mean she's in this scene, and yeah, this scene was super funny too. So this is, I think it was the last episode. They pretty much saved Darkness from, not abduct, kind of abduct her from the wedding, from some like gross king, and they abduct her. They're like leaving um the place they're having the wedding at, and like rocks start crumbling and stuff like that. And yeah, Kazuma kind of uses Darkness as a meat shield, and pretty much the whole crew is just like shocked of how scummy Kazuma is. And of course he's aware of it based off his face too. But yeah, um yeah, I the yeah, not much else to say. It's just the same old Konosuba. Even kind of like the jankiness of some of like the animation, not animation, but almost like I think there's like a either Instagram or Twitter page that's like low res anime or stuff like that, and it just shares a bunch of like screenshots of anime scenes where it's kind of janky, and like Konosuba is kind of um notorious in that sense, I feel like. And they still had a lot of that. And yeah, just glad to see the crew. Not much else to add. Enjoyed this
On the
season a
list for
lot.
sure.
Enjoyed it a lot. And yeah, I know you guys will get on it too, and hopefully enjoy it as much as I did. On to the next for this.
Is that 3 seasons or 2 seasons?
This was season 3.
Season 3. That's 3 seasons.
It's
You watch Demon Slayer.
movie
We'll
canon
watch
too.
this.
I don't know if that's a good trade off. Mo, Mo, what were you saying?
Sorry, the is the movie canon or required as well, or I know there's a
Um,
Konosuba movie.
I mean, it is canon. I think. I wouldn't quote me on that, but I mean, yeah, I'd watch it. I think it comes after the second season, but yeah, the movie is pretty
Hmm.
good too. And yeah, just three
Yeah.
seasons, and I think they're all like 11 episodes or something like that. But yeah, easy to watch. Hilarious, amazing characters. I think the characters really carry the show too. But yeah, that's Konosuba season 3. Big thumbs up.
Nice.
And on to the next of our sequel shows. We have Yuru Camp Triangle season 3.
Yes, sir. Nice, nice.
I mean, I guess it'll be me and Boom talking a little bit about this. I mean, since for me, it's like the same thing with Konosuba. If you like Yuru Camp, you're probably gonna like this. Um,
And it's hard to talk about because like I don't want to say it's always the same, but it's camping essentially. You know what I
yeah,
mean? It's just
exactly.
different adventures. I did like how it opened up. We seen a little. I was. Is it Ray? Ray? Always forget the name.
Rin, the
Ren.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. I like to see her in little form all the time. She's so adorable.
yeah. I love
You
when
guys
they're
see
like
Gaps too.
texting in the group chat, and there's like the little like squishy chibi versions of their face
Hmm.
as they text. We did get a little bit more in depth with some of the characters in regards to like some other hobbies they're into, like Aoi, the girl with the accent, she picked up biking towards the end. um Nadeshiko found her interest in, I guess, like retro trains. um Chiaki cooking sausages. um but yeah, I feel like we didn't really have the crew together too much this season. First half was kind of had a lot of Ayano, the one friend. But I mean, I feel like it was same old Eurocamp. A little bit more disappointed. Like Konosuba season 3, I wasn't like disappointed at all. It's not like super disappointed, just slightly disappointed. I feel like I could always use more Eurocamp, so I don't really care. But you know, I feel like it. Nah, just scratch that. I
Yeah,
guess
I
I'm not
wasn't disappointed
disappointed.
at all, man. I had it's always wholesome and good
Yeah.
vibes. Like I started yesterday because I was waiting to binge it all because I
Hmm.
know how much I'm gonna like it, and I was not mistaken, my friend.
Yeah.
Like as soon as I put on one, I knew I could just watch the rest. It's such a good vibe show.
It is super comfy.
Ah, all the characters are OP too, man.
I just
This
scratch
one's
that
like a hard
because
one to.
I can't quite put into words how I feel about it. But yeah, I
No, you
mean,
just said it
it's the
was
same old.
overrated.
No, no, not like that. I just feel like they could have stopped at 2 season, and it would have been great too. Like obviously more's okay, but um
I even like the movie, man, when they're
yeah,
grown. I think that was a
the
movie when
movie
they're
is
grown up.
great. Yeah. God,
And I do like even like the acorn. It looks realistic compared to her. I like those, even in some of the trains and stuff like
yeah,
that. Do that.
they
I like
did
that
have
touch as well.
they did have a lot. I don't quite remember how they did it in the previous seasons, but I feel like this season it was a bit more easy to tell that some of like the landscape slash like scenery was like a photo. I'm pretty sure they've done that for previous seasons, but it was a
Hmm.
bit more easier to tell this season.
You're
And
talking about like real life
yeah, like when they go
photo.
to some of the places, it's like sometimes like when they're describing the place and showing it's like a real photo
Hmm.
that's been kind of edited. um
And that's cool because you can actually go there if you want to.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I like
yeah,
that touch.
yeah, a lot of it's kind of like, damn, this place would be cool. I love the bridge place that they visited. um and I always
I
talk
don't know
about
what to
this.
camp.
Oh, go ahead, go
I
ahead.
really want to go
Yeah,
camping,
I
man.
know. Sorry, you could learn enough from this show. And I always talk
I
about
love
this when.
how.
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like that. Like, you know the voiceover guy. Every
Yeah,
time we're
yeah.
learning something new about camping, I
Much
love his
much
voice
needed,
too,
much
man.
needed. But yeah, and
Uh,
always love Rin just riding her motorcycle. I don't know why that makes me so happy, but yeah, when she's just like hauling ass, not really, but she's just like driving her motorcycle, something about that just um
Even the motorcycle looks a little bit more realistic than,
Yeah.
everything else, which is pretty cool.
So that part, when they do like the driving part, it's like some CG and it mixes pretty well. And I know some people
Also,
were
big
kind of,
fan of Little Sister.
yeah, yeah,
Even in the movie.
yeah. I liked yeah, I overall enjoyed this season. I know a lot of people not a lot, but there were some complaints with kind of like the switch in the character design. I didn't really notice it
I
too
like it,
much.
man.
I noticed it the most I think in Rin. I think I liked her older design a bit better, but I mean it wasn't anything to like throw me off or like kind of make me angry. I don't know if anyone felt that way or anything like that. But yeah, same old Eurocamp. Um,
I felt
cozy,
like the
comfy watch.
glasses, the glasses chick, her hair literally changed. It's just getting closer to her glasses. She's like,
Yeah,
she has
yeah.
less, you know what I mean?
Because her
I,
bangs used to be like way up.
for me, it looks way
I
worse. Man. It makes no sense.
think they do a solid job of kind of. They look a bit more mature. I don't. I don't know. But yeah, comfy watch, comfy watch. Gotta love
Shout out
Eurocamp.
to Mugi Copycat though. She's
Yeah,
OP with her accent.
love the accent.
But
Love her thick eyebrows. So this gets
but
a thumbs
Mo,
up from you.
absolutely. Mo, I know you heard in the beginning though. Boggs did say this season was eh.
I
It sounded like it was so mid he couldn't put it into words, man.
no, nothing like
And you
that.
retracted so quickly.
No, I was more saying something like I meant more of like it didn't add anything, but that's not really why I watch your camp. So like I'm not
Boggs
really
got it clipped already. Doesn't matter what you say.
fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, no thumbs up for me. And Boom as well. Cozy watch.
Double thumbs up.
Double thumbs up from Boom and yeah, that is your camp. Hopefully I'll see some live pictures from you, Boom, when you visit some of these places.
I would, man. I just don't know how to camp. I would have to watch the seasons multiple times, figure it out.
Well, man, I mean, the basics of it is just sleeping outside. That's
There you
all you really
go.
got to do.
I'm
Very
gonna be like the
true.
Go out
teacher,
there.
and I'm end up low, drunk and lost.
Acting like the teacher. All
These
right.
shows didn't teach me enough.
It's all right. It's all right. You learn from your failures. All right, on to the next for the some of the sequels. So next up we have Sound UFO season 3. Um Pretty much wrapped up everything we've had from the movies and the past 2 seasons. Um yeah, I have no words for this. This was executed perfectly. Um a truly special show, really. Like no no slacking on any of the animation. I think the character development, especially not only our main character Kumiko, but everyone else was wrapped up perfectly and ended in the best way possible. Um and also this so I'll be diving into like some spoilers. There's like a major pivot point in episode 12 that so the second and last episode, and KyoAni decided to take the route that's different from the source material. So I'm sure people who've read the source material were very shocked, but it's just such a bold move with what they did because it's a very decisive turning point in the series. And even that, it just worked so well. And I think it neatly wrapped up three different character Kumiko, Mayu, and Reina's I guess personality slash what their their beliefs kind of, I guess mostly for Kumiko and Reina. But yeah, so we got the introduction of Mayu this season. She comes from a new school, and pretty much this season follows Mayu's, I guess, quote unquote, rivalry with Kumiko and um, their final year in Kitauji, um, the Kitauji band, and they're trying to finally make it to to the gold in the nationals. And yeah, what I'll just keep this up a little bit. But yeah, this series literally just checked out all the boxes that you could ask for an anime, and like blew everything out of the water and pretty much just exceeded any expectations you could have had from this. And with the cast of this show, probably has some of the most like human characters, I think. Like as a viewer, there's if you're watching this series, there's at least one character that will strongly like resonate with you. And yeah, just beautifully written characters. And I think what makes season 3 like, it was pretty much like a culmination of everything that's happened in the past, and they did it in like masterfully. They had a lot of like fan service, not like fan service when you think of, like etchy shows or anything, but in terms of callbacks from previous seasons, or like Liz in the Bluebird movie, all that. Just a bunch of like homages and callbacks from like the past, and also like juxtaposing like similar scenes from previous seasons to this one in like almost different contexts. And yeah, I mean, just looking at this too, the animation just so good. I'll bring up one of like the callbacks. It's like a big one. So um pretty much roles reverse with Kumiko and Reina, and then this is from this season, and this is from all the way back from season 1. um like just seeing some of like this stuff, just yeah. And kind of going to the animation and the absolute emotional roller coaster this season was, episode 12 just hit me like a truck. um I guess as of today, this episode aired last week, and this episode just stuck on my mind the whole week and had me kind of nervous to watch the season finale. Very bittersweet that it ended, but also very happy that it happened. Yeah, I I could go on and on, but I'll save your guys' ears and stop right here. But and also
Okay.
this, just like the attention to detail and everything, not just the animation, but like I'll use this to explain the animation. But even this scene, like you could see her, if you look closely, like the reflection in her eyes, you could see she's pretty much making a speech to the band, and you could see like the band's reflection in her eye. Just an attention to detail everywhere. They slacked zero times this entire show. um and yeah, all the visual motifs and like symbolisms you see in the show too, especially in like season 3, with kind of the line that Kumiko draws between her and Mayu, um and all that too, and a lot of relations, like similarities between characters from prior seasons to currently. um and yeah, biggest thing is just seeing Kumiko grow up and become the best class president ever, and realizing her dreams, her goals in life, which was kind of a big theme in season 1, but just as important in this season. Yeah, just an absolutely special show. um One of, if not probably, in my opinion, the best anime of all time. On to the next. We
Dang,
have, yeah,
that was
truly,
a big
Is
bang
that
at the end,
complete
man.
for UFO? Is that it? Or
it's done. Yeah. Also,
yeah.
I'm glad you mentioned it, because it reminded me one thing. I know we've talked about it quite a bit, where um like how One Piece at the end of every episode, it's continue thing, and it's kind of like a meme in the community. When it ends, it says the end, you know
Hmm.
Mm,
uh that kind of happened with this season, or yeah, the finale, because at the end of every episode we hear Kumiko saying like, and our next song begins and stuff like that. And something felt weird when the finale ended and yeah, it hit me. I was like, damn, we didn't hear Kumiko say that at the very end, but and this is
Mhm.
something too you could continue rewatching and just notice like very very small but important details because I could see someone kind of I doubt anyone feels like the last season was rushed and there was like any open ends, but um I'll say it in a way that doesn't spoil it for you guys, but at the very last episode there's like a, I think it's like a sunflower pin on the clipboard Kumiko's holding, and if you know you know, and even just have seeing that one scene with the I think like a hair clip uh speaks so much and kind of it explains what happened um between the years at the end. But yeah, absolute masterpiece. I cannot recommend this series or enough, and I'm definitely not doing it justice. But yeah, I apologize for rambling on. Let's just jump to the next. We have our next sequel for this season, and that is My Hero Academia. We got Boom's Girl here. What season is this? Six?
7.
Seven?
7.
Did you both
Yep,
watch
7.
this?
I did. I don't. I of course this one hasn't finished, right, Mo? I believe.
Yeah.
Wrap it up next
Um,
season. So.
yeah. Well, we'll just touch on it a little bit because also I'm not fully caught up on this one yet.
Mm,
But I mean, entering what looks like the final battle slash arc. I think I saw too, like somewhere on X that said that there's like 20 chapters left or something like that, or might be more, might be less. But I remember seeing something that said like a definitive number of chapters that are left for My Hero. So really hitting end game, and I use that as kind of a pun. It really does feel like end game. It's all the best, the good heroes versus the bad heroes coming to an all-out war. I mean, they've already had the war once and kind of a
final battle.
continuation. Yeah, and this is a spoiler for me, and you're lucky I saw this on Twitter already. But
Hey, Spogs, what you doing, dog?
no, it's Boom's fault. Put that in there. I should have vetted the photos where he sent them over. But
But yeah, I think we'll talk about this next season. So, I
Okay.
mean, for right now, they're just getting into their final battle, man. Can't wait
Gotcha,
to see how
gotcha.
this season ends for sure.
All right, so we'll talk about this a little bit more for the next season. Want to close this one off with I guess first impressions. I guess excited, not excited.
I'm like in the middle. See how
Just
it ends.
just something you got to watch in case things pick up. I hear you.
Yeah.
it's hype. It's
Yeah.
hype. I'm further along than mid at where Boom's at. I guess not mid, but
So
meh. Meh. What did he
yeah,
say?
we'll give it a myth then. All right. So that's my Hero Academia season 7. On to the next and the final sequel for this season we'll be talking about, and that is That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime season 3. Pretty much this picture says it all, guys. This is what happened pretty much the half the season, just meetings after meetings after meetings. And I know I was talking to I think one of you or maybe both of you guys. It did lead up to like a pretty solid um I guess like war slash battle kind of thing. That didn't really last too long. They had one scene that one kind of big scene that happens. The episode ends as a cliffhanger, and next episode, I'm pretty excited because this is, I think, we're finally getting action. Something huge happens. We're finally done with meetings, and then the next episode, none of that gets resolved, and then have to wait another week to see what happens. Yeah, I don't know. I guess there's still, I think, like 11 episodes left for this season. I will continue watching it. Hopefully, things pick up. I know, I know, I'm being kind of harsh on it, but I know the meetings are important. But just as someone who's not a huge fan of it, I just couldn't get myself to care too much about it. Um, this is a show I actually do like a good amount. I did enjoy the previous seasons quite a bit, but yeah, this season so far is has not been great for me at least. So that is Tensura season 3. So next off, before we start with, some of like the new seasons that started airing this season,
Mhm.
I kind of just want to talk about, I think, three things, which is kind of like in a weird spot. First, we'll go with Spice and Wolf because, I mean, it is a remake, so you could start with this season, but, it's also, there's a previous, like an older Spice and Wolf. So yeah, this is a remake of the older Spice and Wolf. This one's gonna be 25 episodes. I think 13 has aired so far, and yeah, it's pretty much the same old Spice and Wolf. Uh, we love to see Hollow. I mean, we all know why Hollow is very. She's put on the pedestal in the waifu, best waifu conversation, and if you've seen Spice and Wolf, I imagine you could relate why. Um, I mean, I've only seen the first, like the older show. I haven't like read this or anything like that, but just comparing the older and newer Spice and Wolf, pretty much everything feels the same. It has the same charm that the older Spice and Wolf had. I do I have no complaints of the new Hollow design, but I do still prefer the older one a little bit. I think it's her eyes. I think I prefer the slightly darker red eyes. But yeah, no complaints. I think she still looks great. I love um I love Hollow's dynamic with Kraft, and yeah, the friendly banter, their back and forth is just very clever and witty dialogue, and that's, I think, a big charm of what Spice and Wolf offers, and they still maintained it for this. It makes you feel really happy, and yeah, it's just like very clever, witty back and forth between them two, which we saw in the older one that we got to see again. This is nice too, getting a new one because it kind of feels like getting to almost freshly experience it. Not really, but almost feels like a um I'm forced to rewatch it. And when I say forced, not in like a bad way, but it's nice to kind of getting to re-experience it. Um but yeah, so I'm mostly what I'm happy about this is because, like I said, I'm not a source material reader. Hopefully this kind of goes the fruits basket route, and I'll get to see past season 2 in the older series, because once this ends, it should end where the older series ended, and then hopefully, next year or something like that, a new season's announced and can actually continue the series and get to see what happens in the actual story. But yeah, love Hollow, love Craft. I think they're perfect for each other, and yeah, that's Spice and Wolf. I guess a quick synopsis is Craft is a merchant, Hollow is a very wise wolf, and yeah, they go into kind of like economics and trade, given that Craft is a merchant, and in between there's a whole bunch of cute and wholesome scenes. So yeah, that's Spice and Wolf. Loved it a lot.
Nice.
Thumbs up for me, and yeah, that's all I got to say for Spice and Wolf, really. Um, and I'll just add, if you haven't seen the older one and like you're interested, you could just, this is one you could just jump right into this one. So if any of our viewers are curious on Spice and Wolf, I mean, I'd probably still I just start with this one, because if they do keep on making like season 2 and 3, then it's like a smooth transition, rather than watching 2 seasons of the older one and then suddenly getting like a brand new kind of improved like animation. But yeah, that's Spice and Wolf. Next up we have Dungeon Meshi. I'll just add this here because this is kind of a continuation of the previous season. Did you guys continue or?
I did, but I didn't finish it all the way through.
Okay, okay. Mo, I
Lowest of the priority list.
come on, man. Mo, how?
It was good though.
I did
Just
not stayed at the in the dropped file, unfortunately.
oh, you
Disappointed in you,
dropped the drop.
man. Disappointed.
Hey,
I know, but I think you did finish like the first half, right? Like last season, you finished like the 12 episodes, or maybe like 10 or something like
I
that.
don't even know if I made it to 12, but yeah, I passed the arc where I think the last episode I saw was they defeat the dragon, but I don't remember seeing the sister.
Okay, okay. I know we talked about it last season where we were kind of talking about like, it's a very comfy show of Marushita and the crew just eat like, making food and eating kind of thing. Very kind of slice of life esque. Um, but I remember we were talking kind of about like what's gonna happen next now, the big thing of saving the sisters done. And yeah, what this yeah, what a turn this show took really. It like got pretty dark and pretty much throughout the second half of or like the second quarter, second half of this season, um like the stakes got really high out of nowhere. A lot of like not politics but like bigger picture things involved, and yeah, stakes got high and serious, and they do some cooking still here and there, but yeah, it pivoted quite a bit. But at least we still get to see the crew eating, cooking up amazing meals, and got a bit more backstory to some of the characters. And I think season 2 is already announced, so I I've heard the manga's not too long. So maybe season 2 would wrap this up entirely. But yeah, they got into like a bunch of like weird antics, people swapping kind of bodies kind of thing, versing hippogriffs and all that. But I think it was like very exciting. I think they still kind of did maintain the the aspect of the first half with the cooking focus thing, but like I said, things got more serious. I personally don't know which half of this season I like better, but at least we're getting a bit more into like the meat of the story. So yeah, that's Dungeon Meshi.
You
Uh,
had me till that last part, Bugs. If you would have said that you'd love this second part more than the first, then I might have thrown it back on the list, but
I'm
you made
heavily
me go
biased
back and
towards
teeter totter.
heavily biased towards slice of life. So,
Yeah. We'll
but
see. It's one of those, it's on Netflix, right? So it makes it
yeah.
a really easy one to watch,
yeah,
pick up.
agree.
So just let's hope the convenience gets me onto it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I do hope you do pick it up, and yeah. And I guess the final thing we'll talk about before we get into new seasons that began airing for spring 2024, I will let Boom do most of the talking because this is the only movie we'll be talking about, and that is Dededede.
Yes, sir. Sorry. Yes, sir, man. Two movies. We got it with span, I think 2 months too, which was great. So finishing the season.
Mm-hmm.
Asano, one of my favorite artists, my favorite voice actors, or her debut, I believe, because she's like a singer for Chainsaw Man opening song or ending song.
Mm-hmm.
This one's hard to explain, and I don't want to, because there's a twist, and I don't want to say because I do want you guys to either read it or watch it too. So
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it too much, but it's for real, really, really good movie. Um, I like the manga a bit better,
Okay.
maybe because I read it first opposed to watching it first. But maybe if you guys watch it before reading it, maybe better for you guys. But overall, great characters. I do like how because it's two movies. I do like how the first one ends. If you're just a movie watcher, didn't read the manga, then you do start to question like what's gonna happen. So they
Yeah.
kind of leave you in a cliffhanger in the first movie. I really enjoyed that, but other than that, man, two thumbs up. Really, really good movie.
Stayed true
Highly,
to the
highly
manga
recommend.
based off the sounds of it.
Yeah.
It stayed true to the manga and was a
Yes, sir. Yes,
great
sir.
adaptation.
This scene is too epic, man. That
The
is a movie to watch right there.
the O&A that's airing right now, is that just the movie broken up into episodes or
Yeah. So yeah, I believe so. I believe so.
Yeah, as far as I know,
shit?
I think it is.
Yeah, which is pretty cool that they're doing that because it's definitely. I think it'd be like 2 movies, so it'd probably like one longer season or
Yeah, I
Maybe.
think what I saw was like 18 or something like that.
Okay.
20.
yeah,
So it's like not exactly 2 seasons worth, but it's more than one.
yeah. I mean, when I watched it in theater, it just, especially in the suspenseful scenes, dude, it hits so hard. I'm pretty sure you feel the same when you're watching at the house too, but
No, yeah,
oof.
this is one I'm excited for access
Yep.
on over here on the west side of the world, but
One
yeah,
of my favorite mangas to do.
nice, nice.
Manga cuz too. So
I mean, glad the adaptation, I mean, based off what you said, went well and didn't disappoint. Um,
and it's like simple art too. I
mhm,
think I included like a manga looking scene in this one too, but it's just really simple art, so it's really easy to animate too.
yeah.
Can't go wrong with it.
I mean, based off just the looks of it too, it does seem like they maintained Asano's like unique style of kind of depicting a lot of these characters. So
And as soon as you hear the voice acting, you guys gonna think it's peak for sure.
we'll see. I will be looking
It's the
Yeah, we'll
forward to
see about
characters.
this.
that, buddy.
Come on, just give it a shot.
I will be looking forward to this actually. So um,
No permission to drop Dungeon Meshi. Watch this.
hey man, I was on your side. All right.
Uh,
So any last comments for this or just
If you haven't watched it already, give it a shot, and um, if not the movie, watch it episodic,
yeah,
or
yeah,
whatever it's called, way. So yeah,
yeah.
and give the manga a shot too.
And yeah, once we watched you, we'll dive a bit more deep into the spoiler
Mhm.
territories. I do appreciate you not going there for our sakes. So yeah,
Matter
that
of fact,
is that is Dededede, and that wraps up everything so
yo,
far.
finish the title.
Destruction. I don't know. All right, on to the next. Our first um newly airing anime series for spring
Come on, dogs.
2024. We will start off with one I haven't watched. We will do Windbreaker. Was
boom.
is it just
Nice.
Boom for this or
Is
Mo?
it
Did
just
you
me?
give this a watch?
No, I did not. You
Okay.
gave
Bro,
me
come
a. I was
on,
traumatized after TR, man.
come on.
Boom and his delinquent recommendations
No, this
are
I've seen some
not
scenes.
peak.
It does look much different than Tokyo
TR.
Revengers, but I will have to unfortunately side with Mo on this one. Boom.
Most cities gonna
The
watch it, man.
the scenes I
Like,
saw, the dude looked way
no,
too OP. Like, I mean, TR, it's just
Osiro-kun?
guys beating the shit at each other and crying, but these guys were fighting at way too high of a level, man.
Yeah. Well, this one I do. Maybe like I don't want to say too early. It's too early, but TR I really liked. So I read the manga. Didn't watch anything else. I heard from you guys. It's trash later seasons, but this one, dude, for real, no crybaby main character. Quite the opposite, like Mo said. OP main character, but just going not spoilers, but he comes to new town, new high school, and it's known for fighting. But once he gets there, he realized the school is actually like it is really strong in fighting, but they're only fight to protect like the local community. So he's kind of shocked, and you just see him like because he's just a brute, like he just beats everybody up. So you've seen him like because he wants to be tip on or top, right? So he has to learn how to become a leader too, and then one of the main reasons why it's better than TR. So you have some waifus in this one as well. That makes omuraisu. That's her whole gimmick, man. Calm lady makes omuraisu.
Fuck.
And this one, the character designs I say a bit better than TR as well. No Doraken, but
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah,
mean, Drunken's kind of the issue, man. Middle schooler with the head
yo,
pad.
yeah. In
y'all
terms of
seen Ball
design, though,
Doroken?
it seems that like in terms of design, I feel like it's solid, but yeah, it's just like so unrealistic with like the context. This one looks like almost blue locky.
Mm,
Mm,
because it's green.
it does.
I don't know why.
The
Like intensity,
auras,
right?
Yeah,
man.
it's the auras, man.
And this was like the main highlight of this first season was these two schools going at it. But then you just realize, mild sport. You just realize I'm not gonna say which one. Might be obvious, but one school is way more OP than the other school,
I'm
and
about to say
the
left,
fights
man.
on here.
They got the psychotic eyes. That's
That's
never
pretty
good.
Oh,
deadly,
the
man.
little dude.
Especially the
Good
fourth
call.
dude.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
looking
fourth
crazy,
in the
man.
back or the front.
And then I really do. Some of these characters are on here, like character design, I like the main character, black and white hair.
Hmm.
But the other ones, all the character designs I really do like. We're starting to get to know every single one. He's one of the main ones. First year that's with the Oreo guy, black and white hair guy, and you have this guy who we just now learning about too. He's pretty open. Like all there's like if you read Crows, there's one guy following the main character that's a weakling, but he knows all of the stats of everybody. So you just when he gets hype, you know the other guy's like OP as well. But
I wonder if this is kind
let's
of like
see.
Tokyo Revengers, where it's has quite a bit of a female audience as well.
That's what I was about to say. And like if you go to Yokohama or Tokyo, there was like this small pop up. It was only chicks again,
Yeah,
dude.
no
Just me in
surprise
there.
here. No surprises there.
I guarantee Boggs may or may not have a BL of this soon coming. So
I'm sure these artists are going crazy with it.
I don't know if it's hard to tell, but do you guys see like the headband guy with orange afro?
Oh yeah, yeah. And to his left,
Yes, his whole gimmick is he's macho and he loves pro wrestling. He's so hilarious,
he
man.
does give off that vibe. And the eye
He's like a
patch guy
comic
looks
relief too, which
OP.
is nice. Which one?
The eye patch.
Yeah, he looks kind of mean, but like
This looks
he's like the
badass.
nicest character. And when you see him fight, it's like this one's obviously he's OP, but he's versing weaklings. When you see him fight another strong opponent, his fighting style is kind of strange and weird, but it's like super
This
effective,
guy
which is
looks like a
nice.
beast, man. I love the hands in the
Animation does
pockets.
look nice.
This looks
Yeah,
Chainsaw Man-esque. I don't know. Like
dude,
the
like the fight
jogging
Mm.
scenes
scene.
legit were like I was shocked, especially like this is like one of the big fight scenes or one of the beginnings. Sorry, not big. You see like just a whole like they just take on like an army of kids.
Yeah,
But
like
it goes by so
I mean,
quickly.
if they go this hard with like a, I guess a chump fight, then yeah, I could imagine like some of the hard scenes go like really hard.
And spoiler, the Macho Man's move when he's fighting these guys is just suplex. Just
Oh
keeps
god.
suplexing people.
Hey man,
So
some of the
OP.
characters need a gimmick, so it just happens to be the
But yeah,
wrestler guy.
they never try to like the school is known for never trying to like start fights, but like these guys were being rowdy in the neighborhood, so they had to step in. Like I think it was over a girl or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were trying to chase her, so they stepped in. So they're like heroes, and that's what you see the main character start to learn. Like he's never trusted anybody,
Yeah,
and this is like a welcoming community. So you just see him adapt and learn. Hopefully, become leader one day.
we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully for your sake, they will announce a season two
Our
soon.
sake, our sake. I think it has been
I
announced.
think season two
Oh
was,
man.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're seeing that one.
Well, I kept in mind of your comments earlier of the Dungeon Meshi one, so I will not be watching this.
Actually, has similarities. We're trying to BS my way into you watching it, man.
All right. Any
If
last
you're a fan of
comments?
TR, watch it.
Well, that's a small pool we're thinking of, man.
Come on.
So this sounds like you at least enjoyed it. Thumbs up,
No,
two
no,
thumbs
yeah.
up,
No hate.
no
Thumbs
hate.
up. Thumbs up.
Nice,
Not
nice.
two, but one.
Glad to hear it. So we'll go on to the next. I've talked to both Boom and Mo off screen. Talking about one. I had time for one series to watch. A few weeks ago, and I ended up watching one series. I think it was between like four different series. Do you guys want to throw a dart and guess which one I ended up watching?
if it's the seventh Prince one, we end now. Dude.
No
This
comments.
this
No
will
comments.
be your last episode.
Mo, any guesses?
Uh, I can't. The only one I remember just being either Kaiju or
The Prince.
Seventh Prince. So I'm just gonna have to go
This was
Kaiju.
Don't tell me
unfortunately
it's
it was not
Windbreaker.
Kaiju, but it was also not Seventh Prince. It was Bartender Glass of God.
Why?
Binge this,
Why would
bro.
you do
Dude,
this?
this show was great, man.
Yo,
Dude, I
no,
love this
don't.
series.
I know why you don't like Dungeon Meshi
Boom's
because
so shook.
garbage. Get the show.
Dude, this was like
Yeah, either way, this is your last episode, dog.
hear me out, hear me out. This is like uh maybe not your camp with but alcohol instead of camping. But it's like that mixed with like Death Parade vibes almost. Um this was like a very comfy show. Series follow the main guy, the bartender, and there's another girl. Unfortunately I don't remember any of their names, but one of the girl pretty much wants to recruit him to, she works for like a I think a
A
hotel, and
hotel. Yeah.
she wants to recruit him to be a bartender for this bar. And that pretty much happens throughout the entire season. And our bartender main character here, he's a pretty much a beast at bartending, and his dream, why he started out was to create the glass of God. And you figure out I think like middle in the show or pretty early on that the glass of God is something, I think like it heals a soul or something like that. There is no like one magic drink. It all is very dependent
As a
on the
person.
customer. Yeah, and like I know Boom watched at least a few episodes of this. Um, this guy's like very observant. I wonder if like, you know, the top level bartenders are like that, but they're very observant from the moment the customers come in, and you know, just based off I guess physical cues and kind of them having a conversation, he could almost maybe pinpoint the perfect drink for a customer. uh but I mean
Yeah.
that's kind of like the backbone of this show, but I think the main part of this show is just seeing this guy make a drink, and I thought it was pretty interesting. Some of the things they talked about with, I guess, the art that comes to bartending. You know, I guess it's more than just mixing drinks. I thought it was pretty interesting watching this. It did make me want want to drink for sure. Um, no, I'm actually I'm actually pretty glad I watched this one. I think the ending was great too.
No,
Um,
man.
Mo or not Mo, but Boom doesn't seem very enthusiastic about it, but
Yeah, like early on, this was one of the shows I was talking about. I was hyped for, but ended up
yeah,
dropping, man.
I figured, I figured.
I think I watched 4 to 5. I've seen the part where the girl you're talking about comes in and asks the bartender the hardest question, right? Recommendation, right? So he
Hmm.
has to think about it. Like
Yeah,
that was OP. But then I felt like after that it was like, ah, dude, I can't stand to watch this. You should be doing the same thing, just making drinks.
yeah, fair enough,
But
fair enough.
that udon how he made her did look tasty, and then it shocked her too. She even said, "Remember,
Or
oh,
highball,
this is
right? The
the
highball.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
sorry,
yeah.
sorry. This is the glass of God, right?"
There's a
Yeah, her
like
mission was to find that, right?
yeah, like find the bartender. She's like, all right, Grandpa, this is a guy we've been looking for this whole time. Um,
He kept saying glass of God too.
yeah, and I think it was pretty interesting too. Like when he talks about the drinks, he kind of talks about like, I guess where the drink originated. He'll be like, you know, this drink was said to be created in like, I don't know, 1742, where king something, you know, like he some like background with each drink. I think one little thing I'll mention that kind of describes the show well, or like a scene before I move on, is um like a very top level bartender kind of goes to his bar to almost test him, and I think he makes like a gin fizz. um and the girl's like, why a gin fizz? And apparently like gin fizz is one of those drinks that involves pretty much everything you do as a bartender, whether it's like stirring, shaking, something like that. I think he compared it to like writing the kanji for ice, which has like dash lines, flicks, something like that. But yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting. I mean, I feel like I learned quite a bit about, I guess, drinks and the art of bartending. Nothing crazy or anything like that, but I think it was like a comfy show with like a pretty unique I guess setting, which I think the latter is what kind of drew Boom to the show initially. Unfortunately, it didn't hit for him, but yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool show. So yeah, that is the
Bugs,
bartender.
Bugs, I
I'm
feel
taken
like you were
aback.
sloshed watching it. That's why you enjoyed it, man. You probably were just too drunk.
Drunk in his heels, sipping,
Make me
watching this
know it.
shit.
Maybe.
Talking to your
Man.
screen, thinking you're drinking that glass, dude.
No, not gonna lie. So I think I watched this one like the seventh. It was up to like 7 episodes or something. I binge everything, uh, up to that episode, and yeah, I went downstairs and poured myself a drink. Obviously, not to that level because I have zero kind of drink making ingredients like that. And after that, every week, watching it, I had a small drink with me, just
How
to
to,
just to feel like I'm there.
you go there, you go to a random bar, ask for that drink, they look at you like you're crazy. That is, man. Get out of our store.
It made me want to like go to like these kind of bars, like the very relaxed chill bar. um but yeah, that is Bartender. I would recommend it. I enjoyed the series quite a bit. On to the next, and Boom, maybe give this another shot. If you need to drink a few or drinks before, then by all means. On to the next.
Bobby, really.
We have Whisper Me a Love Song. Unfortunately, this one is not finished at the moment because it had I think like a 2 week delay. Um and this is one that news came out about, some of like the harsh conditions. I'm not even gonna really dive into that, but yeah, I know Mo watched this. How'd you feel about it?
Dude, I really like this one, man. This one was a really cute one. I'm still a little unsure about how I feel about I can't remember her name right now. The redheaded chick. She's like mildly annoying, but she's also just like so innocent,
Yeah,
sweet and wholesome
I
that like
I don't
she's
find her
very lovable.
annoying, but I know what you mean. Like she's too innocent, kind of, right?
Yeah, like just so nice, such a naive,
Yeah.
naive girl. But I do love like kind of how quick they got into
Oh yeah.
the like love at the romance aspect of this show. Like,
I
I felt like
agree.
this season really set up to be, or in general, really set up to be like a bunch of girls' love shows. And I think this was really the only one I watched that felt like it was actually girls' love.
I mean, this was
But
explicit girls love, right? So I
yeah,
do know where you're
and the
coming
other
from.
ones had tags, but
Yeah.
they ended up getting removed
Yeah. And we could
partway
talk
through.
about it. We could talk about that too, because I know we definitely will. So uh yeah, no, I pretty much agree with you on all fronts. We got um bootleg Yukino and Yui falling in love with each other. I did like the first, I guess, mini arc with, Yori, the brunette, coming up with an absolute banger song for Himari to um come to realize her feelings towards her. Uh,
Mhm.
Despite not being the biggest fan of like the trope of I don't know what being in love is, or like liking someone, which we saw in this one earlier on in this season, where it's like I don't know what liking someone is or something like that. It being someone who is not the biggest fan of that trope, I still think it worked pretty well here. Um, I know a lot of people did complain about the animation, unfortunately, which I would have to agree at some parts, but it wasn't like a deal breaker for me, really.
Yeah, I mean, given the nature of the show, I honestly didn't notice it. Only the concert episode, I think, which was
It,
7 or 8, kind of
yeah,
right before they took that hiatus.
hmm
That was the only episode I noticed it.
it was really
Before
bad on
that,
that
I
one.
didn't didn't really notice it in episodes prior. So
Yeah,
yeah, like that doesn't I don't strike it down too much for that aspect.
yeah, pretty much same. I wish it would have been better, but like I'm on the same boat with you. It didn't really like take me out of it or anything. I feel like there were some scenes though where Yuri, like, just because she's tall, her build looked kind of weird sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
almost like it made her look a bit less feminine. That one I like slightly bothered me, but it wasn't anything serious. It was just like really unfortunate that the episode you mentioned with the concert scene is like such a important episode for this season, and it
Mhm.
happened to happen there. I mean, like, I'm not gonna bash, the animators or anything like that, but when they're playing the song and then the microphone is in front of them, the microphone stand is in front of them one scene, and then the next scene it's gone. The drummer who's in the middle of the stage is there in the beginning, and then like later shots it's just like missing. It's kind of like, oh
Yeah.
man, I wish, they had like a extra week to work on this. But it's just like the unfortunate side of the industry. I don't know if
Mhm.
it's like placebo, but I feel like the most recent episode though, after the 2 weeks of break, like the most recent episode I watched, I thought looked pretty good. So, you know,
Yeah. Yeah, I had no complaints. So
and
yeah,
I
just like that one episode felt like a slideshow, but
yeah, it just sucked. It
I
was
think
such an
they'll
important episode.
yeah, and hopefully I'm sure the people who are working on this really want to produce a good product, so I'm
Yeah,
sure they'll probably go back and redo that episode and re-release it,
yeah.
all that good stuff. So,
And I do like where this is going right now. Um there seems to be like a love double triangle thing going on right now. I don't know. I think Shiho, the other band's singer, I don't know who her
mhm.
romantic interest is yet. I think it's a blonde girl. Um
It's a mix, right? Because it feels like
it could be
the
Himari too.
blonde girl, but could be, yeah, Himari. Like I feel like she might start falling for her
I feel
as
like,
she kind of
yeah,
works with her band and stuff and does the manager stuff.
but I feel like it has to
So
be the blonde girl though. But I think like the latest episode, she said something along the lines of like, "You take everything for me" or something like that. But yeah, we'll see. Um,
mm,
absolute. Before I end this, absolutely banger of a ED. The second half, once Shiho's character was introduced, they changed the song. Um, yeah, she's just so good that they just went ahead and changed the ED. But yeah,
yeah,
the second
might have to
ED.
go listen to
Yeah, give it a
it.
listen. I think it's called like Meritocracy. Uh, I've been waiting for it to pop up on Apple, but unfortunately not yet. But yeah, banger ED. Also, speaking of EDs, Dungeon Meshi's second half's ED is an absolute banger. Yeah.
Bugs. I'm not a EDOP guy. You ain't convincing me there.
I'm glad I did mention it because I'd be remiss to not mention Dungeon Meshi's ED for the second half because um it was so good. I think when the ED came out that night, I just had it on repeat and fell asleep. Um but yeah, that's Whisper Me a Love Song. Any final comments on your end, Mo?
No, I'm just excited to see where this one ends up, and hopefully it doesn't get axed. I know there's a decent amount of source material
Yeah.
for them to follow, so hopefully we'll be able to get more from it.
Yeah, definitely would love to see this end on a good note. And if a season 2 gets announced, I'm probably going to be a happy watcher for it. So yeah, that's Whisper Me a Love Song. Um, on to the next. We will go with A Condition Called Love.
Mm.
This is one I haven't watched. Is it just
So another
both of
one of
you, right?
those, like you were talking about, the trope of girl not knowing anything about love.
Mm-hmm.
Chris, how did you feel about this one?
I like this one, man. I really really enjoyed this one. I think I spoke to you off. You said you're still up in the air about it, right? But
Yeah,
after
the I really liked the female lead, but I did not like the male lead, man. Hananoi-kun was, dude, he was just seemed so evil. And then I don't know if they ever showed us like, what was behind the curtain in his room. Maybe I might have missed it, but
I think it was like it never showed it, but I think it's like the yearbook because you know how they went to um
yeah,
that's what
they
I
went to
thought
school
they were
together.
alluding to.
Yeah, which I mean that made me hate him too. That whole
I
ending thing.
yeah I didn't think I didn't think they needed to add that. It was like there was no point adding that. It's I thought they just met when they first met in the first episode, but then they had to wrap it around. I didn't like that portion of it, but the character, like you said, the girl character design is so good, man. She got like the Moogie eyebrows, bogs, which is nice, but
You said what?
And she
and
was cute with her long hair, man. Sad that she
yeah,
won't ever grow
but
her hair out.
Moogie eyebrows, bogs.
You love to see it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
And
some wholesome moments, man. Like especially like the ones
absolutely,
when like they're hugging when they first hug like on the rooftop, and then again like at lunchtime, and like they're hugging, and then she says something kind of wholesome to him, and
they're
he's
like
like,
sitting in
"Wait,
that
like
weird position, right, where
yeah,
she's
like
in front of
you get
him.
10 more seconds."
Yeah.
Just hugs on her. Like it had some really good moments, but yeah, just overall, the male lead is like I don't know. He was
Too perfect.
just no. It's the
No,
opposite,
no,
man.
Ooh.
no, yeah.
He's like
Damn.
ultra. He's so evil. Like the only person he wants to associate with is Hotaru, the main
Main
girl. He
girl.
only wants to associate her, and so like there's one point where it's like him, her, and then like two of her friends that go out, and when she's not around, he's
He's
like
so
super
quiet.
short and rude to the dude, to the
Oh,
other
it's
dude, and
toxic.
then like yeah, he's super toxic like that. And then he starts working with her. The guy on the left or the right,
On
far
her,
right, that's
yeah.
looking back, he was working with Hotaru, but he was also had a childhood crush on her, and they were in middle school together. And he had like a nickname for her that called like Hotako or something. And he
Yeah.
told her like stop calling her that, and got all pissed off at him. Like, dude, he was just so shitty to everyone behind
Damn.
her back.
Guess that's what I guess the meaning of a condition called love is. It's actually a disease for, I guess his name's Hanakoi-kun.
Hananoi.
Hananoi.
But
That's the epic epic sitting position.
And she looks,
yeah.
I feel bad that you said that because in this she looks just so happy and wholesome. Like she just
But
enjoys the little
she doesn't
things.
know those moments. So she thinks he's like
Oh,
he
it's
didn't
behind the
Super
scene.
sweet, super. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And like none of them have exposed him to her either.
Dude,
So
this is like kind of
like
He's
dark.
not like a super bad guy though. He's not like a douche, you
not a
know.
Yeah.
serial killer, but no, dude,
He
he is a douche, man. He treats everybody like shit.
just loves her, dog.
I mean, he for like also too like you find out. I guess I don't know if we want to go into spoilers, but I don't know. Just how hard he tries to get her to love her is borderline creepy. Like there's in the very beginning, she loses one of her earrings in the at school, and then it like snowed, and it turned out that he went to the field and was looking for it, and like his
Yeah.
hands were freezing and his nose was all messed up, and she like went out there and like stopped him, but he was looking for it,
Oh God.
wanting her to like him for that. Like it's just it was good, but oh man, I hate him so much.
Seems like
Such a
Come
creep.
on, man.
seems like they failed on some aspects of it by the sounds of it. Because what you just described kind of reminds me of Dangers in My Heart second season with the dog keychain kind of thing. It was like
Oh,
raining out or something.
No,
nah,
dude,
that was way more
that's
epic.
wholesome. That's wholesome
Yeah.
and epic. This one, not so much.
This guy just seems to have like an ulterior motive. Then
But
Yeah,
this show
it's
did
like
remind me of like
obsessive.
you said
yeah,
possessive
But
or obsessive?
obsessive.
he's
Oh,
obsessive.
gotcha. I mean, what?
But
Did you
Or
guys
what were you
like it at
saying,
least,
Boom?
or?
no, I did. It reminded me of like our dating story, like the experience you and experience me. But I
Mm-hmm.
like this show better,
Okay.
you know, because he doesn't have like I wouldn't say he's the expert, but like she had no experience, so they kind of both learning together. I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was wholesome moments, but the way Mo opened my eyes, man, I don't know anymore.
Yeah, dude, I'm looking at my rating for this on Mal. I might have to drop it, man. I'm
I
wondering why I gave it a 7, but sitting here
don't know what
bashing
you
it,
did,
thinking how
dog.
much, thinking about how much I don't like Hananoika.
Oh my god, so
Boom,
much
Boom
hate.
liked it, but yeah, you just
I
have to
rated
show
it
the
an
dark
8,
side of
man.
it, man.
Coming down to 5.
Shame on you, Mo.
No, I
But
won't go that low, man. The show did have its good points, so
and I know you don't like watch intros or outros, but this show I really liked it, and it reminded me of like K dramas in Japan, like drama TV shows.
Mm-hmm.
The
mm,
way it sounded, and even like the music video kind of seemed like slow walking, slow mo, and things like that. I
it's
thought that was a
funny you
nice touch.
mentioned that. The ED in this song, it was a Japanese version, but it was actually a song that was covered before by one of my favorite K-pop
Oh, nice, nice.
Hey,
idols.
I was onto something.
So I,
I
I
thought
think
Mo
right,
was
it's the
gonna
one
ruin that for me too, man.
that's the every second, every day, right? Yeah, yeah,
Oh yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
song.
Oh,
Yeah,
sheesh.
that one was pretty good. I don't remember the OP to be honest, but
In Mo fashion
yes, it's
is what it is. Any final comments for a condition called love?
Just shocked, man. I didn't know. I didn't know it was such a hated show by Mo.
Sounds like a half thumbs up from Boom and a thumbs down
No,
from.
no, no. I'm giving it a thumbs up. I'm giving it a
Okay,
thumbs up.
okay. What about
Yeah,
you?
dude, and I wouldn't even go as far to go thumbs down. It's just the one character's god
So,
damn.
all right,
I'll
fair
give it
enough.
a thumbs in the middle,
Sideways,
slightly up.
sideways
Slightly up.
thumbs,
Yeah.
10
Nice.
degrees. All right, that's a condition called love. Um, I guess next one we could just jump right into. Let's go with Girls Band Cry. Um,
Girls Band Peak.
This
so
CGI,
yeah, or 3D, yeah. This yeah,
3D.
or not Boom. Mo, you want to talk a little bit about this show?
Yeah, dude, I love this show, man. And I think just because we see it here, just to start off talking about the animation, I
Mm-hmm.
was kind of worried at first. Like at first I was kind of off put by it, but towards the end, like I loved it so much. I felt like this animation really allowed the characters to be captured in a unique way. Like Subara and Nina in particular, like their mannerisms and stuff like that. Like I can't imagine a different style of this anime being done and then being captured the same way they are.
Yeah, I agree. Um, yeah, no, I totally agree. I guess when if we're talking about this, we'll talk about Jellyfish right after this because they with this season I think they go pretty hand in hand. Um, much different, I guess, style. This one's obviously like animation differences, but also this is much more rock. And yeah, this show was rock, man. We got the Gremlin Nina just doing the pinky flip off, just going ham every episode. I loved the like that little emotional cue they do with like the red and black lines when Nina's feeling very
Mm,
angry and emotional. Um,
yeah.
and I love all the like side like small details like they put in with like even this scene, this glasses guy is always involved in like Nina's antics. I wish I had the meme available to me right now, but there's like a meme that was like a local guy in this area, and then it's just like Nina snapping like pretty much every episode. But uh, I loved all five of like the band characters. And like pretty like unique character designs too, and like weirdly funny moments where like you don't expect it later on in the series where they get signed to like the agency, the like the sound engineer, the guy with like the pink hair, and the other guys, they all have like very similar names. um and
Dude, they all looked alike
yeah,
too,
yeah,
man.
they're
I was
like,
looking at it, it's like
it's just so random.
Tanaka,
Nakata, and like
Nakata, and
they just
yeah.
keep getting the name wrong and stuff like that. The beginning of this series was very close to Jellyfish with, for this one it's Momoka and Nina kind of starting off, and the band gets bigger. But yeah, you pretty much nailed it. I can't imagine this series done in like, I guess, more common anime fashion. The the songs in this show was all bangers. I'm an immediate fan of Togenashi Togeari. I actually bought the CD, and um second to last episode, the concert, maybe third last episode, was great too. They are all like dripped out. I even enjoy like the
Mm.
when they're still like Shin Kawasaki, they had like the shirts with like the Japanese writing on it. Um, yeah. I mean, this really captures the essence of like I feel like rock. And uh I did kind of wanted to ask you if you liked the ending or if you felt like it was rushed. Well,
Yeah, I'm low key kind of blanking on the ending. I just watched it today.
it
Um,
was like the final uh
oh yeah, yeah, because then they leave the thing, and then yeah, I don't think so. I think they maybe could have made this 2 seasons, I guess, and showed them succeeding solo.
yeah,
But I think it was also a good place to end. Like I
yeah,
didn't like that like we didn't really get to see Moika at the end.
yeah.
But oh no, actually there was it the party?
She
No, that was
like
part way through.
Momoka, it's not a big complaint, but she almost became a bit more side charactery towards the end. Um, I guess my only main concern really is I wish we got like Rupa's backstory, the base
Mm.
the base girl, because based off the little info we got, she has the most tragic one, like her past. But I think the guy who directed this made a tweet saying like he wanted to fit in Rupa's backstory in here, but Nina was being annoying and was hogging all the screen time or something like that. I thought it was pretty funny. um but yeah, no, I thought the ending was like amazing, especially they pretty much perform, and then they say thank you, and then the camera kind of goes up and it just says girls band cry and it ends. It really felt like, I don't know, something about that ending I enjoyed quite a bit. And yeah, I feel like it's not a big thing, but pretty much all the band members are this is their first role as voice actresses because they're musicians mainly. So I feel like some characters was a bit more obvious with them being a bit more inexperienced in that front, but I don't think it was like bad at all. And I forget Nina's like middle school friend, but I did like how she seemed like a bad guy, but at the end, she was like
Yeah,
supportive of Nina the whole time.
yeah. Like the little note leading into that concert that she
Yeah.
put, it was like
Yeah, like
look
look at the
look
ceiling or
here, then look up, and
yeah.
then made you look.
Yeah. I'm glad they like kind of wrapped that up pretty like they didn't go too deep into it, but at least that got wrapped up pretty good. And like I feel like she's kind of the Nina of Diamond Dust, the other band. I feel like she's
Mhm.
she's kind of like Nina on in that band. But yeah, I enjoy this series a lot. It sounds like you did too. Uh,
Mhm.
but yeah, Girls Band Cry. Uh, definitely a thumbs up from both me and Mo. And with that
What
being
was your favorite song before we move on from this one?
probably Nameless Name. Um, I think I forgot what episode they performed it at, but yeah, I'd say Nameless Name. I enjoyed I think it's called Void, the OP, I think. But
Yeah,
I
that
pretty
one was
much
my
enjoyed,
favorite.
yeah, I pretty much enjoyed all the song. I also enjoy the visuals for the OP too. But yeah, so you say you like the OP the most?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Void, and then Emptiness and Catharsis, which I think that was the ED for most of the show. I
Yeah.
know it
Yeah, yeah.
changes up a few times, but
Yeah, I got a few on my playlist, and I think last I checked when I watched the final episode, I tried to look for the final episode's song, but I couldn't find it. Hopefully they put it on soon. But yeah, so that's Girls Band Cry, and with that being said, let's just jump right into uh Jellyfish.
Yes,
Je-
sir.
Jellyfish can't swim alone, or
Can't swim at night.
swim
Come
at
on,
night.
man. Swim alone. That mean?
Yeah, it kind of fits the theme though. At least we just go by Yorukura, but yeah. I guess we could start with Boom. How'd you feel about this?
This was him, man. This was
This
two
was it.
thumbs up. This was throwing my credit card on the table. Let me buy it. This was just hearing what you guys are saying about the girls' bands cry.
Mm-hmm.
All the songs here, man. It's all on my Spotify playlist. It's banger after banger, and the art, it's crazy, man. Especially like even like this the what we're seeing right now, like her graffiti or like art on the wall. It's so vibrant and colorful,
Yeah,
man. And then the concerts hit so hard too, and then the ending. I'm pretty sure I just finished it, but dude, that I was almost like tearing up. I was getting hyped up, man. That was, whew, that was a good show, man. Good watch for sure.
agreed, agreed. Mo?
And the character designs for all of them, loved it.
Yeah,
yeah,
Even
I
Jelly.
loved all the characters in this one, and I mean, this one you really got to see all of them like kind of progress in that last episode, especially like Huey confronting her haters and the other girl, I can't remember her name, but getting like encouraging that one girl saying like I have no friends and stuff like that, and
Oh yeah,
oh
like
yeah,
yeah, you
yeah.
know, like
yeah.
I think
like
she was
those
seen
two moments in
watching.
particular were so wholesome.
I think there was a scene of her watching the live too. But yeah, you're talking about the girl that did the terrible singing on the live stream, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. May, I
Piano.
think.
Yeah, May. Yeah, yeah, the pianist. But yeah, was it Boom that said that? Yeah, the character designs in this I loved. But yeah, I think it's got to go to Kiwi. I feel like Kiwi, at least for me, I wouldn't say carried the show, but I watched the show for Kiwi. I feel like
Remind me of Rebecca. Okay,
I
from
like her
Cyberpunk.
character design was like really good. Also, Baba the mom, I liked her little
Oh yeah,
backstory
yeah.
too.
Like where she changed to like a food YouTuber and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And
I know it's barely shown. It showed more so towards the end of the season too. But like the Tencho at that place they worked to. I liked her character design as well as the when they were getting their license. That
oh yeah,
older chick.
that biker or the
Yeah,
yeah the older chick.
the Hughes Milkers.
Yeah, I was hoping to see her again, especially it seemed like her and Huey connected so much,
Yeah,
I
but
think they
oh, she was
they
just
did
talked
that
at
say
the
one
they
end of the
were
season,
episode.
finally
right?
gonna meet up in person or something at the end.
Yeah, they were
Mm,
talking, right?
Yeah.
That she's like, I can't this week because I think she got nose surgery. It showed.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, and I just like the pretty much like Mo mentioned the character development for pretty much all four girls.
Hmm.
I think the main one would probably be Mahito more than Kano. Like Mahita kind of hated her art, or I guess Yoda, she hated her art. Like she scratched her name out, and then she changed it to Yoda. And I really liked at the end where they repainted everything and changed it to jelly, and the kind of mural on the walls like four jellyfish, each with I think Kano being kind of like the original main jellyfish, and then three other jellyfishes. And
And did you guys notice? I don't want to cut you off on your
no, no,
thought,
you're good,
Boggs,
you're
but
good.
do you guys remember? Like as soon as they painted it, they ran off, and there was a guy there.
Mm-hmm.
Who
Yeah, it
is
was
that? Is that
That was
Kano's
the
someone?
dad.
dad. That was the dad.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Because I was,
Yeah.
I was like, who? Because it's got to mean something. Because they zoomed in on his face, so I
yeah.
was like, who is this guy?
And
But
speaking
ain't
of the
no
dad too,
random dude just smiles.
yeah, like it kind of did hit hard when I think Kana was like reminiscent of her past, and like her dad calls her by her name, and like even that meant a lot to her because her mom kind of only like really saw her more as the idol side
Idol.
to kind of uplift her to success as well. Uh,
That hit hard when you see her name on the black screen
yeah,
rolling down. She starts like tearing up.
yeah. And to Boom's point with the songs, especially the final song, um, some hidden message in there towards both Yoda and the mom too. But overall, like the performance is great. The only thing though with this series, for me, I feel like this one, the ending felt like pretty rushed. Um, like the I forgot her name, but the Kano's the Kano's old idol group, the one that had the YouTube channel. You
Oh,
know what I'm talking
yeah,
about?
yeah, yeah.
Like she was
The
suddenly
like
on,
main star of the new group,
yeah,
right, or whatever.
yeah, like
Yeah,
she was suddenly on Kano's side at the end.
and they were friends, right? Like they
Yeah,
were like at a table together.
yeah, and I feel like she would have been a very interesting character to get like one or two episodes on. Um, but I think we only got like 12 episodes for this. I totally understand that you can't just fit everything into it, but I definitely would have liked one or two episodes for her, and maybe like half an episode or one episodes for her and Kano kind of um making
Hashing
amends,
it
I
out.
guess. Yeah, hashing it out, because that one kind of seemed like out of the blue.
Because I think you
Same with
said
the mom
not season two,
too.
right?
Yeah, the mom as well.
Yeah, I feel like she was such a antagonist for Kano, and then kind of her. I mean, it was epic that she put her name into the to recognize her in the credits of the show, but yeah, at the same time, I felt like that would shouldn't have been enough for her to
Yeah, exactly.
be okay with the mom. But
I did love the final performance where everyone popped open an umbrella. It's kind of like jellyfishes. I thought that was really cool.
It was so OP when that girl was like, look up and then you see all the jellyfish and the
Yeah,
fish moving around because of the
yeah.
lights. Question for you, Boggs. Who does that the wh- like I don't again I think you said you didn't know her name too, like the other idol that made that mean YouTube channel. Who does that remind you of? Like what show?
Wait, mate, or the other band girl?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, she's kind of like evil, like she made that YouTube channel. Does that remind you of anything?
Uh,
Involves a taxi.
I I guess. Yeah.
Yo, hey, is it
I know
not
what you're
when
talking about. I know what you're talking about.
yeah, yeah. I was getting major damn ripped off all taxi vibes, man. But maybe just me, man.
No,
But is
I
it
definitely do
confirmed no
see where you're
season
coming
two?
from. I feel like Girls Band Cry's more likely to get a second season probably than this one. Seems much more a standalone, um, one season.
Also, also doesn't help because remember at the end everyone's waving at the camera.
yeah, yeah, like every character that's shown in the
Yeah.
show kind of says their goodbyes. So,
'Cause I know like I don't think Condition Called Love is getting one because I think at the end they said thanks for watching or something. Usually a sign.
oh yeah, yeah, this it's saying all.
Yeah,
Man, I hope there's a second season for this, man. I wouldn't be mad.
yeah, for sure, for
I would be
sure.
happy.
I guess I'll show some of these. We got the cute cheek kiss scene, super wholesome.
Play the scene everyone wants to see, man.
Yeah, this is a big scene in the show. Super cute. We got the crew being absolutely shocked. We got
When they went
I'll actually
viral.
save what Boom's talking about for the end. Another wholesome scene, crew waving at it, and then the iconic, most memeable clip from the series is the Gangnam Style dance or the
And
sign dance.
it's
This came out
it's
of
so
nowhere.
small. You know what I mean? It's like 3 seconds.
Yeah, literally came out of
I
nowhere. I
think
was like, what the heck?
when it first aired, I texted you, I was like, "Are you caught up?" And I was like, "There's this
Yeah,
epic dance." And you said, "I'm not caught up, but I've seen the dance."
yeah. No, this is amazing.
It's so jiggy, man.
I think by the sounds of it, thumbs up from all of us.
Double, yep.
Nice, nice.
There.
Love to hear it. Um, Next up, let's go with um the Seiyu show, Seiyu Radio no Uramote, uh, the backside of voice actress. Here, let me double check that real quick.
There's many sides,
Many sides
many sides
of a
of a
voice
voice
actor
actress.
radio. So I think this is me and Mo.
Yeah.
I guess I'll let you take this one.
Another great one, man. I like this one a lot. I mean, I loved their character designs to start. Um, I feel like it's kind of split into three arcs of the meeting, going through Yugurahime's troubles, and then like troubles together with the radio show and like almost getting canceled, or not canceled, but I guess that deal that they made with the managers,
Yeah,
and then um, the other chick learning how to be a good voice actress. But overall, I love this one. I was really looking forward to watching this one every week.
yeah, yeah. I enjoyed this one quite a bit as well. I uh Even though it was like pretty tropey, I feel like I really liked the dynamic between her and Yuhi. I liked
Mhm.
how the other girl kept saying like what she always said, like that's the part of you I don't like or something like that, or that's the side of you I hate or something like that. Um, but I liked how like they were like at least more of her, she hated her on the surface, but they both have a great deal of respect for one another, and while being rivals they both really look up to each other. um
Mhm.
I didn't like the middle part of it where they slipped up and caught like some stuff not backfired, but the whole
The whole scene walking through the alley was stupid.
it
That was
was pretty
pretty cringe.
dramatic. it,
Yeah,
it
like
was overly
I mean,
dramatic. I did like though where the other voice actress kind of came and like tackled the dude. Like she's like so small, she just like tackled the dude. I did like that part.
oh yeah, that was a huge twist too. I almost forget about her. She was a good third character. She was so evil at first when they
Yeah,
first met and treating her like trash for doxing herself and all that shit. And then
dude, but
turned out and she showed up at
number
the
one
high touch
fan.
event.
Yeah, but dude, the most evil one was the classmate that doxed him. Dude, that guy was way too evil, man. It's like, dude,
Yeah,
ain't
dude.
nobody this evil, man.
How he was saying it too was just like, oh, look at who we have here.
Yeah,
Like she was a bad person and stuff.
I know.
And yeah, that was the epic moment from Yuhi there,
Yeah,
knocking his ass out.
and this one I really didn't mind like the Yuri bait or anything like that. I mean, I think this is like a pretty solid show. Um,
Mm.
I don't think it's like at least for me it wasn't like too crazy, but this is like you said, I enjoyed watching this weekly. And I also enjoyed watching a lot of like the side of actually being like a voice actress and, you know, um
Mm,
especially it was really cool the last episode where there's no background sound or anything like that, and it's literally them doing the dialogue for the show. I thought that was like pretty well done. You know, they're just all in like the studio saying their lines for the show, and um
mhm.
yeah, I was like, damn.
Kind of trippy too,
Yeah,
watching
it's like
that
uh,
scene.
yeah, it's kind of like this is what happens for pretty much all the shows we watch, and you know these like voice actresses and voice actors just talking to the mic like that. But
And yeah, that was probably definitely my favorite arc of the show. I mean, you really got to see a lot of like pressure and, like you said, yeah, the like ins and outs of the industry and what's
hmm
really expected of people and how other people look at you, and I mean how you feel seeing other people do well. And like she had to do so many retakes the first time,
yeah, the pressure was really tangible where every
and they were just
time,
like, all right, we'll just leave it at that. Like,
yeah, yeah, the pressure was definitely tangible where like she deliver her lines, and then on the other side of the studio they're like, can we get another retake? And then they're like, all right, sit down for a second, kind of thing. You can really feel like the pressure she's feeling, and kind of the
yeah,
urgency to like wanting to perform to the best of her ability. But yeah, this was a solid show for me. I I'll give it a thumbs up.
this, yeah, it's 1.5 thumbs up for me. It's
Yeah,
very good. I liked it a lot.
and I like
Hopefully we
her
get a season two.
yeah, agreed. I like her character design a lot as well.
Yeah.
Um, all right, so that's the Seiyu show. We have four more shows I believe to go over. Let's start with one that I was unfortunately unable to watch because I picked Bartender instead. Let's go with Kaiju. Kaiju number 8. Just
This
Fantastic
one's
show,
got me
man.
hyped, man. This one's got me hyped for season two. Um, the only thing is the character designs, and I don't know if it's true or not. I saw this right before we were starting to record, so I could bring it up to you. Boom. But supposedly the person who did the designs for this show for the anime is the same person who did Boruto. After
Oh, really?
seeing that, it kind of makes sense. They're like, I don't know if you've seen the anime artwork, but everyone's like
I have not.
a lot more sharp and detailed. So they look like almost simplified in a way. But I mean, besides the character designs, I mean, everything else was amazing in this show, especially like the fight scenes and stuff, the effects for when he'd transform, like the glowing aura he'd have and shit. It was dope, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of reminiscent of One Piece a little bit with like those, what do you call them? X-ray?
Hmm?
X-ray. These type of frames, those flash frames. Uh,
Sheesh, I have no idea. I get what you're saying though.
yeah.
Dude, Mo, I don't know about you, but for me, like the first 3 episodes is kind of slow, so I was really, really like, should I keep watching it? But then, do you remember like the mushroom villain that popped up?
hmm
Like the one that can talk? After he joined, I was like hooked right back into it, man. Like he was pretty OP too as well.
I wasn't like put off by it at all, but I figured I'd finish it. I was pretty hooked from the beginning.
But after that, I was like throughout, yeah, and the ending for this season was OP too. And I do like how it shows like funny moments when he's like kaiju, but he's just so OP too. That's what you need because he's always joking around when he's in that. He's always playing around with the white hair guy. But when
Mm,
he's fighting, it's you forget sometimes how strong he really is. And of course, that
yeah,
ending fight, you
especially
can
because
obviously tell.
the suit stuff. He was a zero in the
I was
super
so
suit.
happy to get one. So I think they said it was broken at first, right? When they like he transformed, the suit was saying 100% power.
Yeah, because he popped up on the map like 9.8 fortitude, and 10 being the max, and
Hmm.
9.8 is like more than anything they've seen in so long. So, but the only downside is I've heard from multiple sources that the manga is like goes downhill. So kind of see how it goes. I'm considering reading ahead for this one just because they're not super far along either. I think it's only like 10 volumes or something like that. But
Yeah,
I don't know.
I,
Are
I
you are
I
you
I liked
considering
it
the
though. I enjoyed
same?
it for sure.
No.
But
Thumbs
I
up.
forgot what else was for sure. Thumbs up. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. I don't know if you listened to the opening and ending, but I don't know who that British dude is, Young Blood or Young Thug, whatever his name is. He killed it, man. The Young Blood.
Save my life. That's the only song I
Is it?
remember.
I
I
don't
think
know.
that's the
Oh, it's
opening.
Young Blood. Spelled not the cool blood. It's spelled. Dang, he used artist used. He couldn't even spell Young or Blood right. It's Young Blood.
Hey,
Young
yo,
blue.
the ED's One Republic.
Oh, it is. They sound just like
Yeah.
that dude, man. But both of them killed it, man.
Mhm.
They killed it for sure.
Nice, nice.
I'll have to listen again. I don't think I remember the ED's. I remember it now. The ED's I feel like it doesn't really match the vibe of the show too much, but it is a
It's
good
in
song.
English too, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, every time I heard the opening, I was like, all right, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I was hyped up, man. I know you may have skipped it, but your boy over here is watching it with excitement.
I did,
Unfortunately,
man.
it's a good chance Mo happened to skip it.
I listened to it once, and if it don't catch me, then it ain't. If it ain't on the playlist after that first listen, probably
Yeah, yeah.
skipping it, John.
The opening is by Young Blood, and it goes pretty hard, man.
It sounds like you
Says
guys enjoyed it though, at least.
he has a song with KSI. I think Boggs' his favorite YouTuber as well, so go check that out.
Oh God, no.
That kind of looks like a mix of like Bexy and someone else.
Take your word for it, man.
All right, on to the next. Thumbs up for or
Good one though. Thumbs up.
Mo.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. We got
Thumbs up,
thumbs up from
thumbs
Dane.
up.
Nice, nice. Got to hear it. Let's go into Fable. The Fable.
I think for this one too, it's gonna be like My Hero. Hasn't finished yet, so I think we can briefly talk about it, but again, retouch up on it next season as well.
Gotcha,
But
gotcha.
Yeah, if this one can maintain the pace it's had, this might be like first 10 out of 10 in a while. This show's been,
right?
I
Yes,
think it's been
sir.
fucking phenomenal, dude. This show's so good. Like it holds a good amount of like drama and tension, or has a good balance of drama and tension with comedy. Like it's
Yes,
got
yes, for
subtle
sure.
things just because Fable himself is like such a nonchalant, no emotion type of guy. Just the fact that like his bird's name is Kashira, like so random. That was the only name that the bird chirped to. So he's like, all right, that's gonna be his name. Wanders around the apartment naked constantly, like
Oh yeah,
just little
yeah. When
shit like that, dude. So
sleeps in the
so
bathtub.
random. Yeah, dude, it's just so weird.
Because
Oh,
in context, he's like an assassin or a hitman more so, and he's just like there's like legends about how OP he is, and you just see him living a normal life right now, or trying to. I mean, look at this. He's just a weird dude, man. And she makes his story as well. The sister or his quote sister, she's like more of the comedy aspect too. When she starts drinking, Mo, I don't know if you've seen the clips, but
yeah,
where
when
she's at
she's
the bar with the guys.
messing with Takahashi. She got him.
Yeah,
You remember that episode? She got him so pissed drunk, but she's
yeah.
attracted to that when so fucked up. He's like basically super fucked up, and he's like can't see where he's going, and she's just getting off on it so much on how fucked up he is. And dude,
And
yeah,
I
there's
don't.
just so many. Like even the secondary grunt, the dude who like Fable jumps off a bridge, but he doesn't actually jump off. He like flips over the side and like kind of climbs down and hops down. But this other dude was like, "Oh, if he could do it, I could do it." And he tried it and then broke his legs. But then after he got healed, he was
The
looking
fanboy.
for yeah, he's a super fanboy and he showed up Fable showed up to a bar he was at and hella changed up his demeanor around his homie.
He was getting mad at his homie
Uh,
for being reckless, right?
yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
quiet. He kept
You,
saying he's gonna
you,
pay for the food too. I don't know how far you're into it too, but there's another OP scene with the sister coming up if you haven't caught up too.
yeah, I think I'm about 3 episodes behind right now,
Okay,
but
okay.
this one's awesome, man. Boggs,
And,
you
and it's
gotta
picking
get
up
on
too.
this one.
It's
Yeah,
picking up
Yeah.
no,
fast.
this is one I was actually like really excited for because I know the manga is like very held in good regard. Uh,
Mhm.
but I think it was like maybe like first or second week into this season, I saw. I, I mean, this isn't a good look, but I saw like some tweet or something like that, just bashing it, and then I was like, oh, maybe the anime just flopped, and I didn't really look much into it after that. Um,
That's
but
crazy.
I mean, just based
He
off what
took
you guys
one
said,
tweet
I guess
over
that was my
me and
first
Mo
impression for it, I
telling you
guess.
weekly, telling you weekly to watch it. But you
This
No,
kept
one,
no,
saying
no,
one
no,
this,
no.
tweet.
You,
this one, the ED is a banger, man.
Yeah. Even the opening, even the opening.
Yeah.
yeah,
You
no,
know, oh, you probably don't know Hanya, but I think I remember telling you,
yeah,
Boggs,
yeah,
the
you did. Yeah, no, hopefully by the time we record the next one, when I guess this first season's done, I'll be chatting about this in good spirits with you guys. Cuz I mean,
And it
based
sucks.
off
I think
you guys both love it. So,
absolutely. And it sucks because I think we all said we're gonna watch it, and me and Mo stuck to our word, man.
things came
For
up,
one
man.
tweet, eh? That's all it takes.
It's just I just kept putting it off. Hey, but I to my defense, a couple weeks ago when I said I'll watch one more, Fable was in it, but you guys said this is gonna continue on, so don't watch it.
And then you watch Bartender, the one you told you
oh,
not to.
you chose the one we told you not to watch. You could have watched Seven Prince. That would have been better than Bartender, brother.
Hey,
Yeah, I would like to see what your thoughts on that was, rather than
that is
Bartender.
that is disrespectful, guys. Bartender was a sleeper, man. You guys missing out.
Should have stayed a sleeper. Good show, Fable though. Can't wait for it to finish. Hopefully, finish strong, like Mo said.
Alright.
Sir.
I mean, yeah, I think you guys have me sold. I probably will be checking this one out. So that's the Fable. We have two more left for the 2024 spring season. I guess we'll start with Train to the End of the World. My God, this show was an absolute trip. It's like a fever dream. So like the show, I know Boom watched. I don't know if you finished, but I know we were talking a
I
little
think
bit
Boom
about it
dropped it,
before.
if I remember correctly.
Yes, yes. Um, But for Mo and maybe our viewers who haven't checked this one out, the show literally starts with the grand opening of the 7G network. So, you know, our phone, I think it's currently at like 5G or something. They're at Ikebukuro, a pretty big city or place in Tokyo. And it's like a grand opening. They have like this golden button that says 7G. And they have like a girl to do the honors and push a button, and as soon as they push a button, the world just goes crazy. Like the buildings start shifting. um it, yeah, the world pretty much goes to chaos. And then we go back to like another place called Agano, which is uh many stations, train stations away from Ikebukuro. We get we get four other girls who are friends with the girl who did the grand opening button. We go to their hometown, and pretty much all adults are changed to animals for some reason. And once you're old enough, I guess you become an animal. And so these four girls decide to, you know, take it into their own matters to go all the way to Ikebukuro via train, as you can see here, to rescue their friend because they saw her in a newspaper or something. They're like, oh wait, why is she in Ikebukuro? So 2 years after the infamous 7G incident, they decide to, you know, go to her friend to kind of save her. Um, but yeah, no, this show is absolutely crazy. You have like pretty much it's like 30 some stations, something like that, from their hometown Agano all the way to Ikebukuro, and each station they have their own weird like chaotic world. You got like one world where it starts raining golf balls, one world that you have like these um like goat headed people that start tackling headfirst the train. You got zombies, you got people who have mushrooms growing out of their head. Um like you can see in the background here, like these guys have mushrooms growing out of their head. And this episode was kind of scary. I think it was like episode 3 or something. They go to this town, they have like mushrooms on their head, and it's not really out of the ordinary, right? Because the world literally became crazy. Um, but these mushroom people are trying to get them to become mushroom people. And once you have like a mushroom growing on your head, you become very lethargic and like, you don't care about anything. Um, you just become kind of like mellow. And 3 of the 4 girls start like has a tiny mushroom on their head, and even that seems like so creepy. So the girl that's kind of throwing punches, Akira, she's the only one without mushrooms on their head, so she, has to save them. But it's just like so funny too. At the end of the episode, she saves her friends, and she kind of tries to like save the people. So she tackles like one of the lady and starts like yanking on her like mushroom growing out of her head, and she's just like begging for mercy, telling her to stop. And like 3 seconds later, she just like snaps, saying, getting angry. She's like pretty much like, get the fuck off me, like we chose this lifestyle, like we like being mushroom people. And she's just so confused. She's like, oh, I was like trying to save you guys, but I guess you guys like being mushroom people. No, this show's one that's like just so hard to explain. um this is like one of the guys from the hometown. He's like a very smart guy who had like a brain experiment done to him by one of the bad guys, and he's pretty much a grandpa. And like 5 minutes a day he reverts back to his true form. So they communicate through Morse code by hammering the rail to kind of exchange information. I'm definitely not doing just this justice, but this is just an absolutely insane show that it's just so hard to kind of like put into words. Every episode is like a trip on their own. Like there's like one episode where one of the girls like turn people into chawamushi, like a
Egg
savory
custard
egg
dish.
custard. Yeah. And it's just like what the heck is going on with this? um yeah, this is probably like in regards to like new anime that came out this season, this is probably the one I was like most excited for on a weekly basis, just because of how I like how crazy it is and how I can't predict what this new episode's gonna be. um but yeah, great.
I can't believe Boom dropped this, man. This one sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, no, this
This
show
wasn't
I
is
my cup of
awesome.
tea, man. Not my cup of tea.
but I guess you still haven't finished Zom either, right? It sounds kind of Zom 100-esque
Kind of, there
from
is
your
like one
description.
episode with zombies too, but like this is just one you would just have to see. On this, it's just a story about like 4 girls um going on a train journey to um get their friend get their friend who's been missing for like 2 years back. But the journey is an absolute like fever dream. um
Gotcha.
but yeah, this is a big thumbs up for me. Train to the End of the World, absolutely enjoyed it. I loved how I guess reckless the team was that made this, and just you know just put out what they wanted to. So yeah, much respect for that, and definitely enjoy this series. So that's the Train to the End of the World, and last but certainly not least, we will do Go Go Loser Ranger.
Yes. This one was lit, man. A lot better than I thought it was gonna be, a lot different than I thought it was gonna be. Um, Basically, there's what they call like Rangers, or kind of like Power Rangers, basically, and then the top five of them are called the Dragon Keepers.
Mm-hmm.
But then on the flip side, like there was always monsters in the universe, and then like 13 years ago, they defeated all the boss monsters, and all that was left are these black guys. They're called the Fighters, but basically they're immortal to a certain degree. Like there's special weapons that they have called divine artifacts that if they hit them with those, they can kill them, but otherwise, like they can like regrow body parts and stuff. They can also transform and like take the shape of other people and stuff. But basically, they defeated all the bosses and took these guys like basically hostage and said, "You're gonna be working for us, and we're gonna just defeat you every weekend." So basically, every Sunday, there's like a stadium fight where these guys kind of they go rampant inside of a stadium, and then the Dragon Keepers defeat them every Saturday, and it's kind of how they maintain the status quo of peace and shit like that. Um, and so the story fight follows Fighter D, and basically he goes and infiltrates the Rangers, and he's on a quest to defeat all the Dragon Keepers. So it's if you guys have seen The Boys, it's kind of something similar where you really see the other side of the superheroes, and they're not as good as they seem. Um, Especially for people who don't know anything. Like, they talk down on regular people, and like one of them's like murdered murdered normal people and shit like that. So it's actually pretty dark. I might not be doing the show justice, but I love this one. I'm probably gonna buy the manga for this
Nice, nice.
and continue reading. But season two was released for this, so yeah, these are I mean, they really look like Power Rangers.
Yeah,
You can see,
you
but
got the
like the
same.
red one in particular, he was pretty evil.
Is it pretty much main characters that are kind of like bad people, I guess?
Yeah, like you're pretty much rooting for quote unquote bad guys because they're monsters, right?
Yeah.
And he's trying to defeat the good guys, but there's even there's I guess it happens in the third episode, so it's a minor spoiler, but there's some of the like lower rank Rangers that end up teaming up with Fighter D, that like that's how he helps infiltrate into the Rangers and get some info, and like gets help from escaping and stuff like that. So there's like definitely a bunch of like ulterior motives from people even within the Rangers. So it's a lot of twists to it. It's super interesting. A lot of
Seems kind
mystery
of
still left in the show.
dark humor kind of thing too. I mean, this scene looks kind of
Yeah.
funny. Guy just books it.
Yeah. There's a little bit of humor, especially like his character. He's very like outgoing is the wrong word, but like those typical kind of loud overreacting characters and stuff like that from
Hmm.
certain moments. So there's some good moments like that, and then there's lots of waifus as well from the Ranger side. There's a ton of them.
Nice,
And yeah,
nice.
it's their epic Sunday
And
Sunday final move special. But
this does look kind of badass. Not gonna lie.
yeah, there's a one that I recommend from here that you guys haven't seen. It's definitely this one.
Go Go Ranger.
I'd go this over Kaiju.
Looks like a vibe.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. It sounds like you heard it here, folks. Big thumbs up for Mo. So this is probably one I will be checking out. Um, so yeah, I guess we pretty much talked about all the shows we wanted to talk about, unless I think I'm missing anything. Um,
Um,
I
just one from me. Show I hated, dropped, was hyped for is like Jisa Obasa Re-Age
oh yeah, yeah.
anime. Absolute garbage, man. I didn't want to post a picture, man. I don't know why I was hyped up to see it too.
It
Maybe I was
looks
just
wholesome though.
geeking.
I didn't watch it, but
I'm pretty sure I've seen like clips. I think other old people start becoming young somehow too.
Damn, it's not just them. Um,
Like the
I
first, I
had
think I watched half the episode, man.
dishonorable
They're
mention.
busy though.
I
Anything?
had one dishonorable mention and then a couple other mentions, but uh, what was it? Tonari no Yokai-san,
Mm-hmm.
my neighborhood yokai. That one's probably a decent slice of life, but it wasn't for me. I dropped that one. It's pretty boring. Mysterious Disappearances. I liked it, not enough to chat about it. It felt pretty like a run-of-the-mill mystery horror kind of thing. Kind of brought in a lot of like history, historical like ghosts and stuff. The one thing I know is like the anime had an anime only ending, which kind of ended up rushing some stuff. Like they brought in a portion of the next arc, but then just kind of left it at that.
Mm-hmm.
So um, I've heard good things about the anime though, so if that's something that did pique anyone's interest, I would say go ahead
Or the
and
manga.
just read the
Yeah,
manga.
yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Go ahead and just read the manga. The anime covers the majority of it, so you won't be missing too much. I mean, I guess the fan service was really good in that
Yeah,
show.
I
That's
was
one
about to
thing they
say,
got right.
Mo, you're not fooling anyone, man. We know why you picked this series up,
Yeah.
and it wasn't for the
There's two
mystery.
big reasons to watch, and they they showed them off quite well.
Fair enough, fair
And then
enough.
last one I watched that just deserves a shout out is Blue Archive. Um, Super cutesy, super wholesome, cute characters. It's just also kind of dumb that they're girls with guns, but the guns really do no damage to each other. From
Mm,
what I understand, the lore like doesn't do any damage to people, but then like cities are getting destroyed and cars are exploding and stuff like that. So kind of made me interested to play the game. From what I understand, it's pretty similar to Fate Grand Order, but I'm still pretty engrossed in that. So maybe in due time.
fair enough, fair enough. All right.
Nice, nice.
So I guess we talked about all the shows. Let's just end it with our personal favorites. Let's
Yes,
start with
sir.
top three of your favorite shows that are non sequels. Um,
New to this season.
so
Let's
new,
get it.
exactly. So, uh, let's start with number three. Um, I guess I could start. Third place for me was between this one and the second place one, but um yeah, third place is probably gonna have to be, yeah, let's do Train to the End of the World. Um
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, that's gonna be my
nice.
third. It's pretty close between that and the second place, but yeah, I'll have to give third place to that one.
Nice. Mo, do you want to go next?
Yeah. For me, uh, I went with Jellyfish.
Nice, nice.
Jellyfish can't swim at night. That's my number three.
All right, boys. For my number three, I was gonna pick another show, but how much Mo hated it, I had to change it to Windbreaker. I was thinking Condition Called Love, but Mo got me rethinking over here, man.
You gotta stick to your list, brother.
Got me rethinking, so I'll just go Windbreaker, and it's strong for me too.
Fair enough, fair
Super
enough.
close though.
All right, so
Super close.
Yeah.
that's our third pick. Let's go second place. Uh, yeah, second place for me. Again, pretty close with the third place, but it's gonna be Jellyfish. Uh, Pretty much everything we talked about. I like far from a perfect show, but I think it hit all the right notes well. I liked the main the main cast quite a bit, and yeah, the songs are great. The emotional notes were hit, and yeah, well worthy of a second place pick.
My number two, Go Go Loser Ranger.
Nice,
Super hyped
nice.
for season two. Gonna get on that manga grind.
Nice. You gonna wait or you read it first?
We'll see. My backlog's pretty long, but since I'm gonna,
Okay.
I'm traveling Japan in like less than 2 weeks.
Oh,
Probably gonna
nice.
buy it and start reading it a little bit. But I think there's probably at least like 10 volumes for me to read, so probably
Jeez,
take
once
a
you
break and
start, you
read
can't
other
stop,
stuff.
though, man. You know this.
Yeah, yeah.
For my second one, I think pretty easy. Uh, Kaiju number 8.
Nice,
Go
nice.
with that one.
Seems like a solid pick. Fortunately, I can't
Thank
tell,
you.
but I mean, just based off everything you guys said and what I've seen on
Mm.
like social media, it seemed like yeah, people loved it, and I will have to get to that.
And second season announced, too. So
That's the best.
a
It's,
lot of second seasons announced, man. That's
it's the
crazy.
best feeling when it's like announced right when like when it's freshly over. It's like all right,
Even though it's gonna take a minute, but at
yeah.
least you know it's coming.
All right, so that's our second place pick, and for our first place pick for new seasons that were aired for the spring 2024 anime. Yeah, for me it's got to be Girls Band Cry uh by far.
Yeah. Same for me.
I think
Love and cry.
I think it did what it did better for generally speaking for what I was looking for with Jellyfish. Not to put Jellyfish down, obviously it was on I placed it right below. But yeah, just the style of everything, the rock aspect of it, and I feel like I love the characters um more than I did for Jellyfish Can't Swim at Night. Um but yeah, Girls Band Cry was an amazing show.
Yeah.
And then yeah, Mo said it was the same, so boom, first place
Um,
pick.
Going with Jellyfish Can't Swim at Night, my man. I really like this show. Good visuals, good song. Unlike what Bog says, close to as good as possible. Close as.
I'm not putting
Well,
it down, man. I liked it too, and I totally
we
respect
heard you already, though.
I respect your
Far from
decision.
perfect, you said.
um, but yeah, so Jellyfish and Girls Band Cry seems like the consensus for us for newly aired series this season, and yeah, so now we got that. Let's do top 5 for anything that aired this season, including sequels. Uh,
Is movie okay too, or should I
movie is
just?
completely fine as well.
Oh,
Um,
nice, nice. Great.
so I'll go ahead and start this off. For fifth place was kind of hard for me because it was between Dungeon Meshi, Spice and Wolf, and Yuru Camp. Um, but yeah, I I think I'm gonna have to give it to Yuru Camp. It's a really tough choice, but yeah, I'll have to go with Yuru Camp on this one. It's just like a very comfy show that um I can watch at any time.
Mm.
Very nice. And for me, it's hard. I won't put too much weight on being five. For me, like third place was a toss up between five, four, and three.
Gotcha.
But for me, fifth place is many sides of the voice actor radio.
Nice, nice. And boom.
Um, Fellas, for me, I'm gonna go with a sequel. Um, really, the last 2 episodes carried it, and it just got me more hyped for the movies. I'm gonna go with Demon Slayer into this one.
Respectable. All right, so fifth
Nice.
place, we got
Is that walk?
that walks was sold. That's what sold it for Boom.
But the edited one, if you guys know, you know.
Yes, yes, I do. All right, so fifth place we got Demon Slayer, Your Camp, and uh, the
Voice
voice
actor.
actress. All right, so fourth place. Yeah, for me, fourth place is gonna be Girls Band Cry.
Hmm,
Hey,
interesting.
that was your number one, wasn't it? Hey.
Yeah,
For me, fourth place is Kaiju.
nice, nice.
Yeah, 'cause
Boom.
I messed up this list, man. Uh,
You want to make any
uh,
changes?
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. That movie threw it off. All right, I'm gonna go with Mushoku Tensei. I'm gonna go with Mushoku Tensei for this one.
Nice, nice, nice. All right.
Roxy's back. Blessed.
Yeah. All right. So fourth place. Fourth place is settled. Kaiju, Mushoku Tensei, and Girls Band Cry. Um, on to number three. Top three for each of our top three for the 2024 spring anime. Yeah, third place for me was Konosuba. Can't go wrong with Konosuba. Um, I'll always welcome another season. Super funny. I just love the entire cast of idiots. Yeah,
Nice.
Three's the same for me. Still, Jellyfish.
nice,
Can't swim
nice.
in the night.
Mm. I'm going with Laid Back Camp. I really enjoyed it. Wholesome, easy to watch. I can put
Yeah,
that on anytime I want.
another respectable pick from
Highly
you two.
recommend Mo. When you got time, give that a shout.
Maybe. You know that list long, brother.
All right, so there we have it. Our third place. Let's jump on to number two. Yeah, number two for this season for me, it's gonna be Mushoku Tensei.
Oh, nice.
My top two still stay the same from the previous one. So, uh, Go Go Loser Rangers, my number two.
Nice, nice. Oh,
Number
really,
two
really
for
likes that.
me is Jellyfish Can't Swim at Night. Phenomenal
Nice.
show once again.
Yeah. All right, so that's our second place and last, but most importantly, number one for each of our, I guess favorites for uh the season that just ended. For me, yeah, it's drum roll. Yes, for me, it's Sound UFO. Uh,
You had to say yeah in front of that, man.
it was just perfect in every way possible, and I will just mention because I don't think I mentioned it before. Probably the best um voice acting performance I've ever heard. It was
Dang.
pretty clear in pre prior seasons. Season two had a few part where uh Kurosawa Tomoyo absolutely shine, but this season absolutely killed it. Like so much emotion coming out from certain scenes that really just enhanced everything and just made the emotional scenes hit much harder and gave more layers to you know Kumiko's character and yeah, yeah, Sound UFO season 3 just seals the series entirely as a masterpiece for sure. Number one
Nice.
pick for me. Uh, super easy decision. Sound UFO. Number one
Number
for
one for
Mo.
me, still, uh, Girl Band Cry.
Yeah,
No sequels made it into my top five this season.
it happens,
Oh,
man. It
really?
happens.
Yeah, I just enjoyed everything else besides, and I mean, granted, the sequels for me were just Mushoku Tensei and Demon Slayer, but
Hmm.
Pretty surprised Mushoku Tensei was not even top five.
I think I just really didn't like
First half.
the first half. Yeah,
Hmm.
I was seriously considering dropping it
Oh my gosh.
Ooh,
before
that
the like fourth episode or so.
I don't like that.
I was just like, what is this? Yeah,
I can respect it though. I can respect it. All right, and boom.
For my number one pick, pretty easy for me. The two movies, Dededede. Such a good watch.
Nice,
Can't
nice.
recommend it enough.
Yeah, super excited to watch it as well. I know you've been gushing over gushing over the series prior to
Mhm.
or when the anime adaptation was announced. So, uh, I'll try to watch it as soon as it becomes available on this part of the world. But yeah, So I guess that is our top five and top three and all of our opinions for some of the shows we watch and movies we watch for the spring 2024 anime season. Was there anything we talked about that kind of caught you guys off guard, or something that like like expected from I guess each of our decisions?
Um, I think Mushoku Tensei, but you already said that.
Yeah.
I thought maybe five at least. No, but if you don't like the first half, I understand too.
Yeah. Um, Bartender box. How much you watching that one
Eesh.
was a surprise.
Can you watch Kaiju? We watch that.
Hey man, don't don't be you gotta give me a break, man. It was a solid show.
Get
I
it? That boy ball soft, man. You like them the romance and slice of life.
And bars. I don't even know what
Bart
genre that is.
Bartender had like an ass, like I wish the romance part did blossom a bit more. Maybe if it did, it would have been in top three, but it is what it is.
Oh my gosh, just needed that little boost.
And yeah, so that yeah, I and my um unexpected thing, same as Boom, was probably Mushoku Tensei on Mo's side, and Go how much Mo liked Go Go Ranger caught me off guard. Uh, and then something that I definitely saw coming was pretty much all of us liking Jellyfish, as well as Boom um, having Dededede as his number one pick.
Mhm.
Nice. No, I'm really happy with this season, man. Solid season.
Another solid one to hopefully come. So
Hopefully.
yeah, I mean, if you guys don't have anything else to add,
Don't think so, my man. Fun one though.
all right, to our viewers, thank you so much for sticking with us on this very long episode. Hopefully, we didn't have too many hot takes that might have offended you guys, and hopefully, you guys enjoyed this season of anime just as much as we did. And I guess we could all look forward to this upcoming one. So, yep, Boom and Mo, thank you for tuning in as usual, and see you guys next time.
Peace out.
Sir. Later.
Later.